the liar. And today we are cluing for looks in Nancy Drew. This is my detective outfit. My detective look.
Welcome to my latest case, the Haunted Carousel. To start playing, choose either Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, choose Tutorial. Dear
No
Ned,
help.
well, here
Oh,
I
big
am at
brain
Captain's
penguins.
Cove Amusement Park, about to try to figure out what's behind all the weird things that have been happening here lately. First, a horse just disappeared off the carousel one night. Then, a little later, the carousel started spinning around all by itself in the dead of night, as if it was haunted or something. And then, last week, the roller coaster suddenly stopped in mid-ride for no apparent reason. Nobody was seriously hurt, but the park was shut down until the city knows for sure what caused the accident. I'm here because Paula Santos, the park's owner, is a friend of Dad's. She's putting me up at the Captain's Quarters Hotel, which is next to the park. I'm supposed to head over there right now and meet with a security guard named Harlan Bishop. I hope I don't let Paula
Bishop.
down. Wish me luck. Ever yours, Nancy. P.S. There's a rumor going around that the park is cursed. Creepy, huh?
Curse. All right. We're Nancy. What is that? Nancy, why is there a dolphin? A journal. Friend of my father's, Paula Santos, wants me to figure out what's behind all the strange things that have been happening at her amusement park in Captain's Cove, New Jersey. Oh, we're in New Jersey. Inbox. Welcome, Nancy. Thank you for your subscription to Sassy Detective Outlet. Sassy. Sassy Detectives. The electronic tip service for the modern detective. Check your inbox often. Tips will be arriving almost as fast as you can read them. Subscription department, Sassy Detective Online. Things to do. Keep checking mail. Check in with P. Santos. Numbers and cell phone directory. Check out the carousel. Head over to the park and look for the security guard. Well, we can do one of those things right now. Margaret. This one. Dial.
Paula Santos.
Hello, Miss Santos. It's Nancy Drew.
Hello. Have you been out to the park?
No, not yet. I thought I'd check in with you first.
You're all set. I told the guard at the main gate to keep an eye out for you. His name's Harlan Bishop. All the rides are shut down except for the carousel. I thought you might need to see it in action, but please, take a good look at the roller coaster even if you can't ride it.
What did the police find when they looked at it?
They looked around for 5 minutes, then left. Said as long as the insurance company was going to investigate, why should they?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I'll see what I can do, Miss Santos.
I can't wait to hear what you turn up. Call me as often as you like. My phone's on and with me 24/7. Oh, and one more thing. Call me Paula.
All right. Goodbye, Paula.
Goodbye, Paula. Alright, let's go to the park. Let's go to the park. No, we can't take our sunglasses. Let's go to the park. I like this wallpaper. Little closet. What's this? Nothing we can look at. So closed.
Will the young lady who just entered the park please turn immediately and enter the whale's mouth directly to her left? Thank you.
You got it, boss. Ahoy, mateys. Did you turn and look at me like
Well,
that?
from the way you just marched right on in here past all those sorry we're closed signs, you're either who I think you are or you're one determined gatecrasher.
I could be both.
If you think I'm Nancy Drew, you're right.
That's a relief. It's too early in the day to go sicking the cops on anybody. I'm Harlan Bishop.
I'm Algar Pangolin.
Are you the only security guard on duty now?
I begged Miss Santos to keep me on while the park's closed.
even agreed to a pay cut.
He's determined.
You must really like your job.
I've only worked here for a couple of weeks. I figured staying on while the park was closed would help me get up to speed on all the equipment and such.
Smart.
Where did you work before you came here?
Oh, I worked in a store, department store, you know, as a security guard. In Flemington, not around here.
He kind of looks like a sim.
So is this your first encounter with a haunted amusement park ride?
Somebody swiped a horse off a carousel and now it's malfunctioning. The police don't think it's that big a deal, and frankly, neither do I.
Yeah, but what about the roller coaster?
What about the roller coaster?
Accidents happen. Of course, Ingrid will tell you that these so-called accidents are really the result of the park's karma getting bent out of shape by negative energy or some such gobbledygook.
Gobbledygook.
Who's Ingrid?
Ingrid Corey. You'll probably meet her. She's working during the shutdown too. She's the park's chief engineer. Believes in all this wacky new age psychobiogenic stuff. Like if you eat food served by a waiter who's in a bad mood, you'll get scurvy or something.
Sounds rough. Anyone else
Is
here?
anyone else in the park now?
Elliot Chen, he's the art director. Hardly ever see him. Busy guy. And Joy Trent, park bookkeeper. In fact, she's your next stop.
Why's that?
Miss Santos's orders. Joy pays all the bills, so she knows pretty much everything that's going on. Plus, she'll give you an access card. Miss Santos wants you to have the run of the place.
That would certainly help.
Wait, hang on. I know Joy won't give you one of these, so I will. Here you go. It's a Captain's Cove fun card. Lets you ride the rides and play the games on the midway.
It's got a crab on it.
Come back to me if you burn through that one and need another.
Am I not supposed to have this?
Well, see, Joy's just kinda joyless. It'd never occur to her that you might want to have some fun while you're here. Of course, she's a newbie too, like me. Maybe she'll come around. Anyway, here's a map of the park. I put an X where Joy's office is.
Anything else you want to give me while I'm at it? While you're at it? While I'm here?
I see you have a security camera trained on the carousel. Does that mean you got the theft of that carousel horse on tape?
We didn't start monitoring the carousel until after the theft, but we do have one of those so-called hauntings on tape. Want to see it?
That'd be great!
I got the tape right here all queued up. I played it for the police. Like I said before, they weren't real impressed. There's no sound, on the tape at least. The band organ started up when the carousel did. Stayed on for about 30 seconds, then stopped.
Did you notice that burst of static just before the carousel started to turn?
Probably just a glitch in the tape. We use them over and over.
Have you tried to prove your screwed-up wiring theory?
I ain't no cop, but now that you're here, maybe you can prove it for me.
You say it like that. Why do you say it like that? Like I should.
I'll see you around.
Have fun.
We got on here. Coffee rules. Yeah.
The phone number for the police. That might come in handy.
Easy true visits today. Give fun pass. Map of park. Send to Joy. Please keep all your personal belongings in your lockers. Anchor. Oh, what's all of this? Nothing we can do anything with. Oh, whose locker is this? Oh, his. We probably shouldn't. He might get mad if we look at that. Okay. Joy. Interesting sign. Ahoy, mateys, employees only.
Hello.
Joy.
Are you Nancy?
That's right.
That's right.
I'm Nancy Drew. So Ms. Santos has filled you in?
Yes, although I don't know who she thinks she's fooling.
Actually, oh god, but you know, we'll be Nancy today.
What do you mean?
You're only here because it makes it look like Paula Santos had nothing to do with any of this cursed garbage.
Sounds like you're not much of a believer when it comes to curses.
I just know greed when I see it, that's all. I've seen how Paula runs the park. All she wants is to get more and more people through that gate. And what better way to do that than with a carousel that's allegedly haunted?
I mean, that is a good selling point, a good gimmick. Come to our what's the English word? Come to our park. We've got a haunted carousel. Ride
But
the
why would
haunted
she
carousel.
sabotage the roller coaster? She can't make any money with a park shut down.
She probably just didn't know the park would be shut down.
Who said shut it down?
Is Ms. Santos aware of the way you feel about her?
Of course not. I don't want to get fired. Besides, nobody's been hurt, except that glorified con artist who claims his neck got injured, Lance Huffington. And the truth is, Paula offered me this job because she knew I needed the money, and I'm not entirely ungrateful. My father died recently. His estate is in bankruptcy. He used to be co-owner of the park. 2 years ago, he suffered a huge financial setback, and he had to sell his share to Paula. When he died 2 months ago, he was flat broke. Paula could have bailed him out, but she didn't. Frankly, I think the reason she hired me was guilt.
That's unfortunate for your father and you. But I have to ask Joy, is that a big mouth Billy Bass back there? Does it sing bad to the bone?
Be that as it may, I'd still like to talk to some of the other employees.
Of course. But before I forget, here's your access card. That should get you into all the private areas of the park. But if you run into problems, don't come to me. Ask the chief engineer, Ingrid Corey. Her office is by the haunted house. The only other people in the park right now are Harlan Bishop and the art director, Elliot Chin. His studio is right by the treasure chest souvenir shop. But try not to bug him.
Why? Is he temperamental?
He's behind in his work and needs to catch up. Ms. Santos has been getting on my case about it. Well, I think you have everything, so if you'll excuse me.
Oh, right. Thanks for all your help. Sorry if I disturbed you.
That's not a big mouth Billy Bass. That's just a fish.
Okay, if I peek in here?
Go ahead and look around. Excuse all the clutter. I'm still trying to get this place organized.
That's fine. We're just snooping. Uh-huh.
Looks like stenography. It's a memo about one of the carousel horses being sold. I wonder which horse.
Buttercup. That's a name horses have, right? Buttercup. Oh, what's this? Galaxy Ballroom. The world's greatest beachfront ballroom. Oh, and they got Shaw Bids. And the Nouveau Jersey Shore Orchestra. What's over here? I like the flowers on this. It's really nice. Big Galaxy Ballroom and Carousel. Captain Cove. I thought those were the name of the horses for a second. Sheldon Rousseau's. The original Sheldon Rousseau Galaxy Ballroom.
The haunted house used to be a ballroom. How's that for irony?
It's certainly interesting. Ish. Oh, what's this? Victim of coastal accident files $1 million lawsuit against park. Lance Huffington, 37, is suing the Captain's Cove amusement park for $1 million as a result of neck injuries he allegedly suffered while riding the roller coaster at the park last week. Huffington, a salesperson at... Isn't there a newspaper called Huffington's Post? Is that a real thing? Huffington, a salesperson at Matey's pre-owned car company, was a passenger on the Tidal Terror roller coaster when it suddenly lost power, slid backwards, and stopped. He claims that the sudden stop caused his head to snap backwards, then forwards, and that this whiplash effect caused severe trauma to soft tissue in his neck. The lawsuit seeks compensation for medical costs, pain, and suffering and emotional distress. Police say that no injuries, including Huffington's, were reported at the time of the incident. Huffington alleges that it's not uncommon for whiplash victims to be unaware of their injuries until later. The next day, that's when it hit me. I woke up and couldn't move. The pain was so bad, said Huffington. It's still bad, and the doctors say I have to wear this neck brace for the rest of my life. I'm not trying to soak anybody. I just want what's fair. Is he gonna splash him? The owner of the park, Paula Santos, declined to comment on the lawsuit. The park was closed immediately after the accident to allow a thorough inspection of the roller coaster. The cause of the accident has still not been determined. Guess an accident and an incident can be the same. Can we look at this? No. Can we look at that? Night Rocket! Oh, they're robots. Only at Captain's Cove. Alright. It's a seahorse store. We should probably go and investigate the carousel. For now.
Let's go for a spin on the carousel. By the way, you have 4 fun credits left on your card. Enjoy the ride, haha. The carousel will be starting in 3 seconds, so hang on tight. And don't forget to try for the brass ring.
Okay.
Yeehaw!
Where's the brass ring? Is it hanging up there?
Here comes the brass ring.
Oh,
Get
I see.
ready. Gotcha!
Yonk. First try.
Here it comes again.
Yoink. Oh, we got one brass ring at least. Whoops. Let's actually investigate this. It's a seahorse. What's this? Moon glow. Where is... What's this? Do we use the card here? This card? No, we don't. There's got to be a special card we get somewhere then. What do I hear? This all access card doesn't give us access to anything. Oh, is this where the stolen one was? I've solved the case. The horse is missing. Well, on today's work, I guess we'll be on our way. Case solved. Horse is missing. Knock knock. Hello?
Looking for someone?
If you're Ingrid Corey, not anymore.
That's me. Ordinarily, I don't do the hands-on work, and I'd be able to shake your hand, Ms.
It's actually Mr. Agui Pangolus.
I'm sorry, Drew. Nancy Drew. I'm helping Ms. Santos discover what's behind these carousel hauntings. Okay if I ask you some questions?
Sure. Oh my. You've got B3 issues.
I'm sorry?
I do?
Vitamin B3, niacin. The vibe you're giving off tells me you're low. Nothing that some natural peanut butter on a slice of whole wheat bread once a day won't fix.
Peanut butter.
Harlan Bishop mentioned that some of your beliefs concerning food were somewhat unconventional.
It just seems obvious to me that what you eat, as well as the psycho-spiritual conditions under which you eat it, results in what you are, that's all.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Have you worked at Captain's Cove for very long?
A little less than 2 years. I started out in maintenance and worked my way up. I've held the supervisory position for the last 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any idea what caused that roller coaster accident?
Someone stole a horse off the carousel and now the park is cursed.
Yeah, checks out to me.
So you think this cursed thing is real?
The man who carved the horses, Kessler, he said if they were ever separated, bad luck would follow. And it has.
Blueprints. Can we see it, please?
Could I see the blueprints of the roller coaster so you can show me exactly where on the track it stopped?
I've looked all over for those blueprints and can't find them anywhere. I'm sure one of the other engineers knows where they are, but I'm afraid I don't. Sorry.
Who stole
Any
horse?
idea why someone would steal a horse off a carousel?
Money. I hear they can be very valuable.
See.
I don't seem to be having much luck using my access card. Am I doing something wrong?
I deactivated most of the readers because of the shutdown.
Oh.
Soon as I get done here, I'll get them online again. Sorry.
Okay.
Hey, if you come across a pair of pliers, hang on to them, okay? Mine are missing. Someone must have walked off with them.
Can do.
Do you mind having to work during the shutdown?
Not a bit. Keeping those card readers functioning is practically a full-time job all by itself. Plus, I happen to adore my job.
How well do you know Harlan Bishop?
I know he's an ex-bouncer from Trenton. I also know it drives him nuts that this is one of the few places in the park he doesn't have a key for.
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
No big deal.
No big deal. Bad food, no. Good food, yes. Oranges. Oranges are good food. French fries are good for the soul. Elliot. Is that Swordfish? Swordfish bush? Wood bush? A swoosh?
Hang on, I'll be
Knock.
right with you.
Take your time. Uh-oh.
Out. And do not come back unless and until Joy Trent calls me. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, that wasn't our fault. You shouldn't have that next to the door. That's on you. I don't know. Let's go check out the haunted house. Ah, shoot,
It's
we can't go in.
locked.
We gotta wait for the thing. Let's go to the roller coaster.
I wonder what the deal is with this red tag.
It looks like something we shouldn't mess with is what the deal with it is. I guess we'll go to Joy. Hey, Joy.
Who are you, and what are you doing?
Who said that?
I said that over here, on top of the cabinet. Keep going. Over here. Please identify yourself.
I'm Elguy Pangulus. But it's also rude to ask for people to identify themselves without first introducing yourself.
I'm a detective named Nancy Drew, and you are?
I am Miles, the Magnificent Memory Machine. I receive and process video and
Where do
audio
I get one of those?
input and make appropriate pre-programmed verbal responses.
Your stomach is an easy bake oven. Who
Who
programmed you?
programmed you?
It is my turn to ask a question. Nancy Drew, why are you here when Joy is not?
Elliot Chen is kind of upset with me. I need to write her a note to call him.
There is a pad for leaving messages on the desk.
So,
programmed you?
programmed you?
Responding to the non-Joy entity is an unnecessary drain on my power units and is heretofore disallowed.
What does that mean? Hello? Miles? I guess it means he's not going to talk to me anymore.
And here we could have been friends. Who's this pad?
Looks like Joy's a pencil chewer.
Okay.
I can use this to leave a note for Joy to call Elliot.
Oh, it's a doggy. Gruff stuff stationery. She's not here. Is there anything we can snoop in? That she wouldn't let us? I don't think there is. Oh, what's this?
Maybe I should give Detective Paris a call.
Detective Paris, huh? Mike DeSalle holds the jewelry he found hidden in the pattern of the orbiter, according to Detective KJ Paris. More hidden valuables could turn up in the park.
Hidden jewels. Maybe that's what whoever stole that carousel horse was after. Jewels from that heist.
Thank you, Nancy. The orbiter turned into Mike DeSalle's favorite amusement park ride yesterday, when he found close to $50,000 worth of jewelry hidden in the pattern that lines the ride's backrest. I felt something sharp when I strapped in, said 19-year-old DeSalle. By the time the ride was over, I thought for sure whatever it was had totally stuck itself into my shoulder. Assuming someone had placed rocks in the pattern as a joke, DeSalle examined the backrest and found a small slit at its top edge, and through it managed to pull out the offending objects: 3 necklaces, a pearl necklace, and 2 jewel-studded gold bracelets. I knew they were real right away, he said. Fake just don't sparkle like that. Is he an expert in jewelry? He turned his find over to the police, who quickly discovered that the jewelry was indeed real. It had been among the items stolen when a thief broke into the safe at the Captain Quarters Hotel 3 years ago. Despite the fact that the man suspected of the theft is currently serving time in the state penitentiary for an unrelated crime, none of the stolen items have ever been found, until yesterday. The man in charge of the investigation 3 years ago, veteran police detective KJ Paris, recalls that the thief made his getaway by running through the park. Paris now suspects that the reason the loot has never turned up is because the thief stashed the jewelry in various places throughout the park so he could return for it days, months, even years later. For his honesty, DeSalle received a $2,000 reward from Warwick Insurance Company and a lifetime certificate for a room at the Captain Quarters Hotel. Some pretty valuable stuff could still be hidden in the park, Paris said. But before people start tearing up the rides looking for it, they should be advised that I'll be watching. Yeah, let's see if we can call Paris. I don't think we had a phone number, so...
Hello?
Ring ring?
Hi, Nancy. It's Paula Santos. You know, I just had a thought. There's a newspaper article and photo in Joy's office that I want you to be sure to take a look at. They're in a frame on the wall.
It's read that.
I may have seen them. What are they about?
They're a little piece of park history. The guy in the photo found a bunch of jewels that had been stolen in a heist years ago and stashed away on one of the rides at Captain's Cove. The police said there was a good chance more jewels would turn up.
You just read that. It is the thing we read.
Maybe that's why someone stole that carousel horse, because there were jewels hidden inside it.
My thoughts exactly. I called the detective that was in charge of the investigation back then. His name is KJ Paris. He's going to call you. Oops, I gotta run. I just wanted to give you a heads up.
All right. Goodbye,
Thanks.
Paula.
When's he gonna call us? Oh, we could watch stuff on our phony. What's in here? Ah, seaside fun and excitement. Nothing in New Jersey beats Captain's Cove amusement park.
Rolf Kessler.
Oh, Castle. For more information, we probably gotta call that number. One of the first rides at the park was a carousel created by famed woodcarver Rolf Kessler, completed in 1914. The carousel and its band organ are still operational to this day. Carousel connoisseurs swear that riding one of the wild-eyed steeds that Kessler carved is an experience that borders on eerie. That's a weird-looking Demons of the Deep. No? Okay. Julio. Let's see. What else can we do? We can go to Midway Games.
Hello?
This is Detective KJ Paris, Captain's Cove Police Department. Paula Santos asked me to call you. Said it concerned that heist out at Captain's quarters 23 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Well, I was thinking maybe the reason that horse was stolen off the carousel at Captain's Cove 2 weeks ago was because somebody thought there were jewels from that heist inside it.
Never occurred to me, but it's possible, I suppose. The thief's name was Chaz Dunning. Died in prison about a year ago. I'll tell you what. I'll make some calls, try to see if there was somebody he confided in before he died. Somebody who was recently released.
Aren't you supposed to be a detective? What do you mean it's never occurred to you? That would be You were there when someone found jewels in one of the things. That would have been the first thing that would have occurred to me.
That would be fantastic.
Well, as soon as I know something, you'll know something.
Thanks, Detective Paris. It was great talking to you.
Ditto.
Yeah, this case I was on, this person found jewels in a horse, but that can't be the reason why someone else stole a horse. Prizomatic? We could get a shark. We could get a harmonica. How do we get tokens? Do we gotta win these? Oh, I see. Squid toss. Swimmer's itch. We gotta
You're
use the
about to play Swimmer's Itch. You have 3 fun credits left on your card. Your mission is to get the swimmer to the beach.
Okay. Get the swimmer to the beach before the hurricane hits. Move the swimmer from right to left by clicking on the swimmer. Or the obstacles in the swimmer's way. Oh, okay. It's one of these. Vertical objects move up and down, horizontal objects move left and right, and square objects move up, down, left, and right. Okay. But keep an eye on the weather forecast to the right. If you don't reach the beach by the time the forecast says hurricane, you lose. Win all 3 levels and you get a seahorse token. Let's go. Let's do medium. Okay. Sweet. Whoops. We can move this. We can move this. We can. Oh my god! Oh, this one seems tougher. Let's see here. That actually wasn't tougher. Boop. No boop. Boop boop. I win. I penguin. Yoink. Is there anything we can get with that right now? No, I don't want to play that again. No. Is there anything we can use just to see? We can use it on this. What is this? What is this? Oh. I'm sure we'll need that for something. What's this?
Uh-oh. Looks like it's out of order.
Oh, man. We'll have to talk to the engineer, I think. What's this? Squid toss. Okay. Yeah, we can do this.
Time to play Squid Toss. In case you were wondering, you have 2 fun credits left on your card. Catapult the squid through the hoop.
Catapult the squid through the hoop. Yeah? Too high. Oh, we only get one shot at that. I see.
Ahoy, matey! Welcome to the Squid Toss. After this, you'll just have 1 fun credit left on your card. Catapult the squid through the hoop.
You got it. So, shrimp. Right? Yeah. That looks like that should be where the that would have been dolphin.
How about a game of
Shrimp
Squid
dolphin.
Toss? Uh-oh. You are using your last fun credit, so I'm keeping your card. But that's no problem. Just get a new one. Catapult the squid through the hoop.
But I want more. We want shrimp. And then we want dolphin. What? I guess we'll come back to that. Harlan will give us a new card.
Hello?
Hi, Nancy. KJ Paris. I got some preliminary info on that jewel thief. You know Chaz Dunning?
Great, let's hear it.
Okay. Before he died, he got to be real good buddies with his cellmate at New Jersey State Prison. And his cellmate was paroled less than 2 months ago.
Do you know the guy's name?
Well, apparently he's used a lot of aliases. The guy I talked to wasn't sure which name he was released under, but he did give me a description. Dark hair, medium build, clean-shaven, heavy Jersey accent. Like I said, I'm still in the process of making calls. I just thought I'd let you know what I had so far.
Thanks, Detective. You've been a big help.
Yeah, thanks, Detective.
Hey, Nancy, what's up?
The card reader outside the roller coaster doesn't work. It's got this red tag on it.
Means the power's been shut off. Ingrid must be working on it. Go talk to her. She probably took a break to go meditate and forgot what she was doing.
And you really don't like her, huh?
Does that sort of thing happen a lot with her?
Oh, yeah. And good luck finding her. These mind relaxation breaks of hers sometimes last for hours.
How did she get anything done, then?
I'm afraid I got off on the wrong foot with Elliot. I spilled paint all over something he'd been working on.
Ooh, not good. The guy's already about a month behind in his work.
Any idea why?
Any idea why he's so far behind?
He's a procrastinator. Doesn't really like to work, so he does whatever he can to avoid it. Puts things off to the last minute. Me, I get stuff done right away. You do too, I'll bet.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Is he in danger of losing his job?
Way I hear it, if he doesn't get caught up like fast, he's gonna be waving bye-bye like soon.
I seem to have used up all the fun on my fun pass. Did you say I could get another one?
I certainly did. Here you go. Enjoy.
Hooray! I'll see you around, bud.
Have fun.
We will have fun. We will have fun. No smoking. So I guess we'll go talk to Ingrid. Knock knock. Hello, Ingrid.
Nancy. Still on the case, I see.
Yes.
I'd like to take a closer look at the roller coaster, but the access card reader has been red tagged. Harlan says it's because you're working on it?
Right. I was in the process of upgrading its main circuitry board. I'm afraid you're going to have to wait until I finish here. Unless you'd like to do it for me.
Yeah,
Do
sure.
you really think I could handle it?
It's not exactly brain surgery. All you have to do is follow the schematic inside the reader. Here's the new macro resistor. When you see the board, you'll be able to see where it goes. You'll need to solder it in place. Which means you're going to have to get my soldering gun from Elliot Chen. Here's the engineering handbook I put together. If you have questions about park-related electronics, it'll answer them. Keep it as long as you like. When you're all done, remove the red tag and take it to Harlan. That way he'll know it's safe to turn the power back on to the reader.
Okay.
That's not my cell phone. It must be yours. Are you going to answer it?
No, that would be rude. I'll just call them back. So, once you get that tool from Elliot, you should be all set.
Any advice on how to go about fixing the Midway game that's broken?
It needs to be reprogrammed. Open up the back. Should be some instructions on the clipboard. Check that handbook I gave you if they're too cryptic for you. But you'll also need the plug-in keyboard. And unfortunately, I have no idea where it is. One of my guys probably left it in the park somewhere.
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
One open mind sees more than two open eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Whatever that means. Hey, you too. Birds of a feather leave no moss. Alright. Roller coaster. Let's fix this bad boy. Let's read this. Circuits. Okay. The most important role in working with electrical equipment is to make sure that all power sources are disconnected or turned off before working on any circuit. Serious injury or death can result from careless work. We should probably say before doing this. Resistors reduce the amount of voltage or current in an electrical circuit. Think of the resistor as a dam, holding back the electrical power. Resistors have different values. The value of a resistor is measured in ohms. Below are some commonly used resistors. Okay. 5 ohm resistor, 10 ohm resistor, 30 ohm resistor, and 100 ohm resistor. The amount of total resistance depends on how the resistors are placed. Resistors can be placed in series or in parallel. If several resistors are placed in series, an example, one after each other, then the total resistance is the sum of the resistors' value. That makes sense, yeah. In the diagram above, there are 3 resistors with the values of 10, 30, and 100. The total resistance is 140 ohms. Okay. Resistors placed in parallel in separate circuits that later meet up have a more complex formula to compound. To compute the total resistance on a circuit. I don't know why I said compound. Consult with your manager on this issue. When repairing or adding a piece of equipment, be sure to examine the specific instructions for the resistance required for the circuit board. Okay? So, let's go ahead and save. Let's save. Circuit City. Wait, what's this? An I called service request upgrade for a card reader below is a schematic for the circuit as currently stands. Resistors are in parallel. Waiting for delivery of microtransaction. Micro resistor. Macro resistor. Words are hard. I split the circuit to allow easy soldering of... We need to get the solder gun.
It's locked.
It's locked. Hey, Joy?
I really do need to get this work done.
Right. Sorry.
Well, I guess we gotta wait for Elliot to call us before we can get that soldering gun. Hey, buddy.
Well, Miss Destructo returns.
You talked to
Joy?
Joy?
Imagine my surprise when she told me you're a detective.
Why is that surprising?
I hope she also told you that I spent a full 10 minutes in her office without spilling a thing.
These things happen. So, I hear you're out to solve the curse of Captain's Cove.
Yeah.
What do you think caused the roller coaster accident?
That was no accident. It was sabotage.
Dear Bruce.
Do you have proof?
Not a lick. Know why? Because I'm pulling your leg, that's why. Come on, what do I know? I'm just an artist. Go ask our naturopathic engineer person.
Okay.
Do you have any idea who stole that horse off the carousel?
Somebody who's into junk.
That's odd. Ingrid said carousel horses can be very valuable.
Well, when they're the original horses, they can be valuable, yes, but I was talking about the one that was stolen. It was not an original. Around 20 years ago, somebody bought one of the horses off the carousel. The guy who owned the park back then commissioned some hack to replace it.
See.
And that's the horse that was stolen, the replacement?
Right.
The fact that the park is shut down must be kind of a relief for you.
You mean because I'm behind in my work? I'd be lying if I said the shutdown wasn't helping me get caught up. Meeting deadlines has never been my forte. But I certainly hope you're not suggesting that I arranged for the park to be shut down by somehow manufacturing this curse thing, because that would be ridiculous.
Ingrid said you have her soldering gun. I need to get it from you, if that's okay.
You bet. Here you go. Been meaning to return it to her, but I've been a little busy.
Great.
Thanks.
Do you see much of the other people who are working during the shutdown? Like Joy Trent or that security guard, Harlan Bishop?
Nah. Joy Trent, she's like invisible even when she's visible, if you get my drift. And that rent-a-cop, I've got no desire to see anything of him.
That's kind of rude.
Why do you say that?
Dude is way too eager to make my business his business, that's all.
Maybe he's just doing his job.
I'll let you get back to work.
Keep it real.
Hey, your place has some weird ambience music going on, so I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle. All right.
Better not take the tag until I fix this.
Let's go ahead and resave that. Save. Yes. Because now it's really Circuit City. Okay, what do we... Okay, it's off. It's good. So what are we doing? We are placing this... Where are we placing this? Here? Now we're soldering everything. Boop. Boop. That doesn't feel right. I hope I'm doing this right. Otherwise, we're gonna blow it up.
Uh-oh!
According to Ingrid, you not only fried that particular card reader, but you short-circuited the entire system. She says it'll take days to repair the damage, maybe even weeks.
Oops, guess I really blew it, as it were.
I'm not in the mood for lame jokes, Nancy, nor am I in the mood for paying for any more of your mistakes. So guess what? You're off the case.
Let's... Good thing we saved. Yes. Yes, I'm sure. Pop that in. Let's also look at this. The total resistance for the upgrade has to be 15 ohms. It said the macro resistor will give 5 ohms of resistance. So whoever's hooking up the thing should hook the resistors in series. Okay. We need 15. And this is 5. Got 5 and we need 10. So we're gonna need one of these. We need to make sure we use the right one. We need the top one. We need like that.
There, that looks right.
Yeah. Go ahead, take that. Are these turned on now?
Oops, no power.
No power. Let's put that away.
Hey, Nancy,
Hello.
what's up?
Could you turn the power back on to the card reader outside the roller coaster? It's all fixed. Here's the tag.
You bet. I'll just switch the circuit back on and you'll be all set.
Ingrid said you told her that you were a bouncer before you came to work here. In Trenton, not Flemington.
Right. I was. For a while. I've held almost every guard-type job there is. Lived in a lot of different places, too. Trenton, Jersey City, Flemington, Cape May.
Okay. I'll see you around, bud.
Go get 'em.
I will. I'll go get him. I don't know who we're getting, though. Alright, time to investigate this. Go ahead and scan that. Shark. What's this?
This looks like one of Joy's.
It does look like one of Joy's.
Ow! I'm trapped!
That's not good.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed.
To get my foot loose, I need to switch the track somehow. Looks like I have to reconnect these wires.
Uh-oh. Let's save. Uh-oh, sharks. I should have named it sharks. Like shucks. Green? This looks like actual blue.
Now I can turn the power on and see if these are properly connected.
I don't think they are, Nancy.
Try again.
You were electrocuted?
That's what
I bet
Harlan
the
said
power
must
off.
have happened. I was out cold when he found me.
I can't afford to have you blundering around the park getting into accidents, Nancy. My
Oopsie.
insurance rates are high enough. In other words, you're off the case.
No, I can do it. I promise. Uh-oh, sharks. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, let's try green here. Let's try red here.
Now I can turn the power on and see if these are properly connected.
Let's remember to turn the power off.
Try
As well.
again.
Power off. Red. Green. Blue.
That's not right.
That's not right.
You were electrocuted?
That's what Harlan said must have happened. I was out cold when he found me.
I can't afford to have you blundering around the park getting into accidents, Nancy. My insurance rates are high enough. In other words, you're off the
I
case.
forgot. Green. Red.
Now I can
Blue.
turn the power on and see if these are... Try again.
And power off. Green. Red. Blue.
That's not right.
Power off. Red. Green. Blue. Did it. I thought maybe in there would be the information that we didn't look at. So why did... Okay. There's a kitty cat on that poster. Is there a handprint on that door? Joy?
Need something?
Do you by any chance know how to read shorthand?
Sorry, sure don't.
Do you ever talk to the other people who are working during the shutdown?
I'm not very good at socializing. I couldn't even tell you what any of them look like, quite frankly. I go to
People.
work, I go home. That's pretty much my life.
Yeah, I get it.
Someone activated the roller coaster while I was standing on the tracks just now. I barely managed to escape.
Really? Are you sure it was on purpose? Maybe you accidentally tripped a switch or something.
It was no accident. Does this pencil I found by the tracks look familiar?
That looks like one of mine. But I didn't leave it there. I mean, just because you found one of my pencils, that hardly proves I'm guilty of something.
Joy, while you were gone, the Nancy Drew entity came in here and snooped.
We did snoop.
You were snooping around in here?
Well,
Also
I was
looking at
leaving
a
you a note. You know, to call Elliot.
An analysis of sensory input shows that the Nancy Drew entity entered the immediate area during your absence and exhibited non-random seeking behavior.
We say we snoop.
All right, I was snooping.
It's detective
And now,
work.
if you don't mind answering a question from me, what is that?
My father was a frustrated inventor. After he died, I discovered that in his study. In his will, he said he made it just for me. I don't have room in my apartment, so I brought him here. I keep him covered when I know I'm going to have company. As you noticed, he can be kind of a blabbermouth.
The word blabbermouth is without meaning to Miles the Magnificent Memory Machine.
Why does he
Sounds like
call
that.
himself the Magnificent Memory Machine?
My father said he invented Miles in order to reacquaint me with my childhood. It always bothered him that I was never as happy-go-lucky as he was. What am I, Miles?
Joy Trent is a party-pooping stick in the mud.
So my father programmed him with a bunch of riddles designed to reconnect me with long-lost memories from my childhood.
That was
That
fascinating.
sounds fascinating.
I don't see it that way at all. I don't want to relive my childhood. My mother died when I was 4.
But it's what your father wanted. Shouldn't you at least give it a try?
I should be mad that you were snooping around in here. But the truth is, I think it's neat that you're so gutsy. Especially since I'm so not
One way to
gutsy.
put it.
Oh, what the heck. Okay, Miles, let's hear the first riddle.
Here is the first riddle. Listen carefully. To be told a truth long since put away, bring me the silvery remains of a 4-bit day.
I have no idea what he's talking about. I knew it would be a waste of time.
Don't give up yet. Maybe I'll turn up something in the course of my investigation.
Do what you want, but I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Okay. I will do what I want. I'll go talk to Ingrid. That's what I want.
It's locked.
It's locked. Um, what are we supposed to do about that? Humans of the deep. Can we go in here now? We can.
What is that noise?
What is that noise?
Sounds like it's coming from below.
It's up here. Oh, he's missing his arm. What's in here?
Just an old radiator.
Interesting. I don't trust that, but interesting. What's over here? A wall. What's in here? Investigate this? 3. Oh, it's the keyboard we needed. For something. What do we need that for? 3 rats. What else could we use? We could use that at the carousel. For the thing. The music thingy here. What's in here? I don't have a code for that. Is that it? Code for that. What's this?
Time to start crawling. This goes to the space underneath the carousel.
It sure does. Caution behind this point.
There's
we can go
something
there
up
then.
there. Looks like a letter.
Oh, can we hit it with this thing?
I can't reach it.
Oh, we can hit it with this thing from here. Muriel Kessler. Letter.
The ballroom? That's what was converted into the haunted house.
My dearest Amelia, the work goes slowly, but it goes. I just completed the 5th horse. My favorite so far. I call him Foxfire. Created a browser. Which is a phosphorescent fungus that grows on rotten wood. I've always thought fondly of that name. Every night music plays in the barroom above my workshop. Every night 100 feet scamper back and forth overhead. When I complained to Mr. Rousseau, he said that if I worked in the daytime like everyone else, there would be no music to bother me. He doesn't understand that I can only work when the world is as I feel, dark, dangerous, unknowable. This guy is one broody guy. But you understood. But you understand, my darling wife. You are the only person on earth who has ever understood everything that can be understood about me. And I miss you terribly.
Kessler's workshop would have been under what's now the haunted house. I wonder if it's still there.
Maybe. The radiator still stands guard outside the door to my workshop, as cold and heavy as my heart, awaiting your return. You must come back to me, Amelia. Your father was loath to give me your address. I promised him things will be better, as I now promise you, if, when you return. But what if you don't read this? What if it comes back unopened? Or worse, what if it never comes back, and neither do you? Your rejection would be unbearable. Perhaps I shall mail this letter tomorrow, but I know now that I cannot mail it today, my beloved. I don't have the courage. I cannot take the risk. I love you too much. Yours alone, forever, Rolf. Dang. She never got to see that letter. So, we could access this too. What's in here?
Guess I'm gonna have to call Tink, whoever he is.
Okay. Can we call Tink right now? Does he get added in here? He did.
This is Tink. Sorry, I'm busy fishing, which means you're gonna have to call me back.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. My number is 523-555-4399. If you could call me back, I'd really appreciate it.
Who else we got in here? We can call the police. We can call Frank and Joe. Go home. Go Bess. Let's go through the phone numbers before we
Captain's
go to
Cove
their
Police
kid.
Station.
Detective Paris, please.
Hang on.
Hi,
That's
Nancy.
how we go first.
Nothing new at this end. What have you got?
How much do you know about Daryl Trent? You know, the guy who used to be the co-owner of Captain's Cove, Paula's former business partner?
I met him a couple of times. Real friendly guy. Young at heart. More of a kid than most kids. I kind of think that's what killed him, you know? His body just got too old for his soul.
See?
Did you ever meet his daughter?
I didn't even know she existed until Paula mentioned she'd hired her.
It's Detective.
Thanks, Detective. You've been a big help.
Glad I could be of service.
Alright. Who else do we have on this list? Let's call Frank and Joe.
Hello?
Hey, Frank, it's Nancy.
Hey, Joe, pick up. Actually, he may not want to talk to you.
Why not?
Because you get to solve a mystery at an amusement park. He's so jealous he could spit.
Hi, this is Joe.
Hey, Joe, it's Nancy.
I don't want to talk to you.
What did I tell you?
Oh, I'm just kidding. Pardon me for a second. I gotta go spit.
Quit fooling around, Joe. She's calling long distance, remember?
Sorry. So what's going on?
Apparently, one of the people who was on the roller coaster when it suddenly stopped is claiming that his neck got injured and has filed a lawsuit.
Well, boys and girls, can you say insurance fraud?
What if someone is making up a false claim? What if that was his plan all along? And what if someone in the park is in on the scheme with him?
That person causes the accident, the guy sues, they split the settlement.
New word, boys and girls. Can you say motive?
Could he?
Good news. Somebody activated the roller coaster while I was standing on the tracks and tried to kill me.
Why, that's wonderful, Nancy. Attempted murder never fails to boost my spirits either.
No, it means that somebody I've talked to considers me a threat. And that means whoever's behind the mystery at Captain's Cove can only be one of 4 people.
Got him.
Any suggestions as to my next move?
There's a remote possibility you missed something when you were under the carousel.
Look again. You might just pick up on something.
I better get going.
See you, Nance.
I guess we'll go back under the carousel. First, who else do we have to call? We can go home. EP phone home.
Hi, no one can take your call right now except Togo. And since he's forbidden to answer the phone because he gets slobber all over it, I'm afraid you're going to have to leave a message.
Nancy has a dog named Togo. That's adorable.
Hello?
Hey, Bess, it's Nancy.
Oh, hey, Nancy.
Whoa, you were obviously hoping I was someone else.
Well, kinda.
Okay, so who is he and where'd you meet him?
Oh, Nancy, his name's Matt, and he is so cute. He works the concession stand at the movie theater in the mall.
A cute guy with an endless supply of gummy bears and butter flavoring, right at his fingertips. We're talking major crush.
Hey, George, good, you're there too.
Barely. I almost got caught standing between Bess and the phone just now. When it rings, she's like a one-woman cattle stampede.
Dang, I hope you get the license plate on Bess when she runs you over.
What happened to caller ID, Bess?
My parents yanked it. She wouldn't pick up when it was some
Yanked.
loser she didn't want to talk to. Her mother got tired of hearing the phone ring all the time.
Not all those calls were from losers. Sometimes I was playing hard to get. Anyway, how are things at the amusement park?
I met the
Okay.
security guard, Harlan Bishop. Nice guy. Except when I asked him where he worked before. He seemed kind of evasive.
Is he cute?
Bess, what difference does that make?
Ugly people have chips on their shoulders and are more likely to commit crimes, George. I read that somewhere.
Wow, Bess.
Either read it or saw it
Wow.
on Oprah.
He's from New Jersey. I'm pretty sure about that.
Well, I guess that's not surprising. But if he was evasive, we know what that means, don't we, Bess? Suspect list.
Suspect list.
I think I might know why somebody stole that horse off the carousel. They were looking for jewels that had been hidden inside it after a hotel robbery.
Hidden jewels? I love it! That's almost as good as buried treasure!
But if they recovered the jewels, why is the carousel still going around by itself?
I'm not sure yet, but the detective who is in charge of investigating the robbery is helping me look into it.
Don't let George discourage you, Nancy. I, for one, think you're on the right track. You can never go wrong when jewelry is involved.
Thanks, Bess.
I need you guys to do something for me. I found some stenography notes that I'd really like to translate, only I don't know shorthand.
Say no more. We'll do some research and get right back to you.
We will? I barely know how to spell stenography, let alone research it.
We'll call you when we're through. We can do this, Bess.
What is with all this we stuff?
I finally met the park's art director, Elliot Chen. We kind of got off on the wrong foot, but he's real friendly to me now.
But is he too friendly? That's the question.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to deflect suspicion by making nice.
That could be. I do get the feeling he knows more about the carousel than he lets on.
Uh-oh. Sounds like another candidate for the
suspect list.
Suspect list.
I almost got creamed by the roller coaster when I was on the tracks looking around, and I don't think it was an accident.
Someone tried to kill you? Ouch.
I found one of Joy's chewed-up pencils just before it happened, but she says she doesn't know how it got there.
Just from now on, stay away from that coaster, Nan. Stick to the carousel. Man, I never thought I'd hear myself say that.
I found a letter written by Rolf Kessler to his wife, Amelia. It was hidden inside the carousel.
A hidden love letter? That's so romantic. What did it say?
Well, apparently she'd left him, and he was begging her to come back.
Wait a minute. If the letter was to her, why was it inside the carousel?
Because he never sent it. He was too scared that she'd reject him. So he hid the letter inside the carousel, hoping someday he'd have enough guts to send it.
But he never did. Oh my gosh, romantic and tragic.
Romadric.
In the letter, he mentioned that his workshop was under the ballroom, which is now the haunted house.
Do you think the workshop is still there?
You can bet I'm going to look.
Maybe Kessler's still there too. Maybe he's like the phantom of the amusement park.
100-year-old phantom? I'm sure, Bess.
I found out that the man who may have hidden jewels in that stolen carousel horse died in prison, but his cellmate, who apparently looks a lot like Harlan Bishop, was recently released.
Harlan just started working there, right?
And he doesn't like to talk about where he worked before, right?
I think you're onto something, Detective Drew.
It's Detective Panky.
Got anything for me in the way of hints?
Yeah, call the Hardy Boys.
They'd never admit it, but I don't think they're doing much these days.
We already talked
Catch you
about
guys later.
We'll be right here.
Toodles.
Doodles. I think that's... We can call Paula.
Paula Santos.
Hi, Paula.
Nancy, what's going on?
We can talk to Paula about a lot of
What
things.
can you tell me about the people working at the park during the shutdown?
I frankly don't know any of my employees that well. I'm a very hands-off kind of boss. I believe in hiring the best, then stepping aside and letting them do their best.
Well, what are some of your general impressions?
Well, let's see. Ingrid Corey is extremely competent and has no problems managing the maintenance staff. Although...
Some of her ideas are just a little out there.
Exactly. But to each his or her own. So, where was I?
Agreed.
There's Harlan Bishop, very conscientious. Elliot Chen, very talented, but a very slow worker. And Joy Trent, very, well, Joy is hard to describe.
I understand you and her father used to be business partners.
I've yet to meet a man who was as terrific with people and as horrible with money as Darrell Trent was. He stayed afloat for 30 years on sheer charisma, I swear.
Well, sometimes it just be like that, I guess.
What happened to him?
His bad investments caught up with him. He sold everything he could, but still wound up drowning in debt. Till one day in bankruptcy court, he just keeled over and died of a heart attack.
That's unfortunate.
How sad.
It was very sad. He was in way over his head, but there was nothing anybody could do. He would have just taken anyone who tried to help him down with him.
Fortunate. Very unfortunate for him.
I found an old letter in the gear room of the carousel. It was written by Rolf Kessler.
Really? Don't lose it. I'd like to take a look at it. Kessler was quite a character.
Do you know much about him?
Not really. I've just heard he was a very dark and dreary sort of guy. Bit of a nutcase. Believed that the horses he carved were extensions of his soul, that sort of thing.
Art is a window into the soul?
Did you know he was married?
He was married? That's news to me. And a bit of a surprise. I heard that nobody could stand the guy.
Only she could. Up to a point. Until she left.
Is it true that Captain's Cove is being sued by someone who got hurt in the roller coaster accident?
The part about being sued is true, but I don't think the guy got hurt. I think he's just saying that so he can try to squeeze money out of our insurance company.
When will the insurance company be sending someone out to investigate the roller coaster accident?
Every time I call, I get the same thing. Someone will be out soon. Which is why I'd really like you to take a look, Nancy. No telling when they'll get around to it.
Do you know who Tink is?
Sure. Tink Obermeyer. Operates the carousel. Real protective of it. When it was vandalized, it almost broke his heart. Loves the band organ, too. Right now, he's up in Canada fishing.
I found some notes that were written in shorthand. Would you happen to know any stenographers?
No. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever even met a stenographer. Now that we're in the computer age, stenography has pretty much become extinct.
I'll be in touch.
Be in touch.
Call me anytime.
I think that's... Aside from Tank, and we can't call Tank right now. He's busy fishing. Well, the Hardy Boys told us to check under the carousel, so I guess we can do that. We're right here. Let's go down here.
Wonder
What's
what
this?
that is.
Remote control. Interesting. We can't seem to go any further. So let's head on out. Close that. Alright. So we can go back to that room with the radiator. Maybe something more interactable in there now?
It's locked.
It's what? It's screaming. What do we do here? There's a thing on the wall. Now we need a key.
It's locked.
A key somewhere? Pen. Let's go fix the Okay.
Hello?
Hi, Nance. We found some stuff on stenography.
Oh, so now it's we, huh?
Okay, George found most of it, surprise, surprise. But I helped.
Thank you so much. You guys are the best.
So go back to the hotel and check your laptop. We emailed a little tutorial to you.
But you gotta promise to let us know what the note you translate says.
I promise. Thanks again, you guys.
You got it, guys. We'll do that after this, since we're already here. Let's add this. Update game, change function, call line directly below. What? Oh, there's a thing here. Got this done, but had to fight the power relay switch to work right. Nick. Program an upgrade. After successfully upgrading the hardware on the Tahoe circuit board, the Crowmeister arcade game will not function and will display an error message on the front panel video screen. The hardware upgrade must be added to the Crowmeister arcade game code. In the back of each Crowmeister arcade game is a small video screen that contains the program and code. Use a Crowmeister portable keyboard to plug into the monitor and type in the code upgrade. This can be done by simply adding the word super to the upgrade function and by entering the Crowmeister arcade game serial code as the parameter. For example, if the upgrade function was called ping and the serial code was UB4700, the new function name would be super ping and UB4700 would be entered as parameter. Okay, so we've got to figure out the name of the game. Barnacle Blast. I didn't mean to leave. So it would be Super Barnacle Blast. We don't have the model number. When adding new hardware, manufacturer will usually provide instructions. Be sure to complete each line of code with a semicolon. Place all parameters in parentheses. Access to the software module on Midway Games is available by plugging in a portable keyboard. Where's the serial code? You need the serial code. We did that. Let's see if anyone knows the answer to Miles' first riddle. Get the Barnacle Blast game fixed. Take a look around Ingrid while she's not there. Well, we can't do that either because we don't have her code. Translate the note I found. Return to office. Figure out the combination of Highland's locker. Journal. Handle in the haunted house slid open to reveal a keyhole. When I activated it, that's all the stuff we've already done. Mail. Assassin number 57. Next time you want to hide a message in plain sight, write it on a piece of paper using nature's invisible ink, lemon juice. When you finish writing, you'll have what looks like a blank piece of paper, which, to the observant nose, may smell faintly like lemon. But when you expose the paper to moderate heat, the message will appear. Just take care when applying heat to the paper. An iron, on its very lowest end, will usually do the trick. Younger sleuths should seek parental supervision before using an iron, or any other source of heat. In sleuths of outrage, just remember to turn the iron off when finished. Pretty sure there's an iron in my hotel room. News from home. Dear Nancy, yesterday after you left, Togo was playing with his yellow squeaky toy in the family room, and it rolled underneath the TV cabinet. I tried to get it out with the yardstick, but I couldn't reach it. Now all Togo does is lie there in the family room and whimper. He won't even eat. As you know, that toy was his favorite. But don't worry, I'm going to go to the pet store as soon as it opens and get him a new one. More news. More news from home. Dear Nancy, I went to every single pet store in River Heights, and wouldn't you know, not one of them carries yellow squeaky toys. Togo hasn't budged from in front of the TV cabinet. He still refuses to eat, and I'm getting worried. You know how I fret when your intruders don't eat. So I called your father, and he arranged for 2 men to come over later on today, unplug all those cables and wires, and move the cabinet. He wasn't real happy about it, but I told him it's what you'd want. Love, Hannah. Thanks, Hannah. How a detective goes about solving a case is dictated by his or her personal style. Take a quick survey and see what type of detective you are. If there were a Magellan Award, you'd win it because you like to tackle a mystery by going absolutely everywhere you can and seeing absolutely everything there is to see in places related to the crime. A face-to-face award. You take it home because there's nothing you like better than to interview suspects in person. If they have information, then by golly, you're going to get it out of them. A phone-to-face award. You'd get it because you prefer gathering the facts over the phone. The only thing you like better than having someone's phone number is using it. A 9 lives award. You'd get it because you're not afraid to take risk. You know that all setbacks are only temporary. There's no bigger believer in second chances than you. I think we'd get the 9 lives award. A puzzle master award. They'd give it to you because puzzles don't puzzle you at all. The harder they are, the better you like it, and the faster you solve them. Puzzles are your life. A tenacity award. You'd never let it go, because even if it takes you days, weeks, even months to crack a case, you keep coming back until it's solved. An avid reader award. You'd win it because you read everything you find in the course of your investigation. Books, magazines, letters, diaries. Nothing is safe from your hungry eyes. An open to suggestions award. It would be yours because you see nothing wrong with asking other people what they think. You should do next in order to solve a case. 2 or more brains are better than 1. You always say. Okay. Learning shorthand the quick way. Lessons 1. Shorthand is a system of writing words quickly. Do we have the shorthand thing with us? Do. Shorthand is a system of writing words quickly using the sound of the words. For example, the word I is written kind of looks like an I, which represents the sound I. That makes sense. This method is sometimes called phonetic writing. In the following lessons, you will learn some basic shorthand strokes based on the Gregg method that was developed in 1888. A short quiz ends each lesson where you can practice reading shorthand. Okay. The stenograph, or stroke for S, is a small comma. This stroke is also used for the sound of Z. I see. The sound for A, as in May or day, is represented as a small circle. So that's a big circle, and that's a small circle. Now that you've learned the first 2 strokes in shorthand, you can start reading and writing shorthand. Below is shorthand for the word say. You will notice that the stroke for S is on top of the stroke for A. Some words a stenography are read from top to bottom and some from left to right. That seems like it would get confusing to people, but alright. Shorthand for ace is written with the A stroke on top and the S stroke below. That's a 9. Because shorthand is based on the sound of the word, letters that are not pronounced are left out. So the word say only includes the strokes for S and A. It does not include a stroke for Y. Similarly, the word ace only includes the stroke for the sound A and S, and not an E. You will notice that the stroke for S is used instead of a C, because the sound the C makes is an S sound. Ace. Yeah, I guess it does. Learn the strokes for S and A sound, we also learned that letters that are not pronounced, known as silent letters, and are not written down as written. Below are words which contain silent letters below each word. You type the letter that is not pronounced and so would not be written in shorthand. May. Why? Maine. Maine. E? Snow. No? W. Did I get it right? Shorthand stroke for E sound is a smaller circle than the stroke for A. Compare the two. Wait. Okay, so A is the bigger circle. E is the smaller circle. C. It's just an upside down E. And say. Okay. The shorthand stroke for N is a very short forward straight line. The stroke for M is twice as long. Okay, so N is dash, M is long dash, Nay is dash A, May is dash A. So I did get my right on that one. Knee is kind of looks like someone bending a knee, and me is a long hand reaching out. The K in knee is represented with the N stroke. That is because stenography is a representation of sounds and not letters. Interesting. You now know the strokes for E, N, and M. Below are some words using these strokes. Type in the correct word in longhand. Below each. So that's not MW. That's me. This is say. Right? This is men. Oh, I forgot to hit enter on the one. Y. E. W. So this is me? Was this C? This is men. This is not men. Man? Name. Oh, is this many? Wow. What are some words using these strokes? Type in the correct word in longhand below each stenograph. This is. Oh, is it same? My. Hopefully things are working now. Things are not working now. Now we have even more technical issues, and not just the connection in the pool rooms. It won't let me close out. Let's just go into intermission for right now. Maybe now? You know, we can at least finish this some more. We'll still probably have to continue it next week. Now I know the strokes for E, N, and M. Below some words using these strokes, type in the correct word in longhand below each. It's not clear. Dent. Dent. Just dumb up. I'm just gonna keep going. The shorthand stroke for O is a very small, deep hook. The stroke for R is a short forward curve, and the stroke for L is a longer forward curve. L, R, L. U, U, U. So, Ray, Lay. No, row, low. Okay. Note that or O is written with a sideways stroke for O. This is done to make the stroke more fluid. Re. More? Go? No. So. Understand. Am I making good progress? I don't feel like it. In lesson 3, you learn the stroke for O. The double O sound, as in 2, is represented by a tiny upward hook. Okay. Rule. Almost the double lines under the word for Lou. That means that the word should be capitalized. Okay. That should be capitalized. Stroke for K and G are similar to the OO stroke. The K stroke is twice as large as the OO stroke, and the G stroke is twice as large as the K stroke. Okay. Ooh. Make. Whoop. Cool. Blow. Go. Okay. Oh, jeez, what is this? I don't know. Here's a card for your line. This concludes the first installment. Okay. Sure. Did you write anything down in here, Nancy? Did you understand it, Nancy? Because I did not. This is all stuff we've been through. There's a U. An O here. Maybe there'll be something that we come across.
A room service menu. All right.
I would. Captain Cove's Fun Day.
Hotel operator, what do you want?
Are you the regular operator?
I'm filling in for my cousin Amber. She took the week off on account of the amusement park being shut down. You don't want an outside line, do you?
Actually, I have a cell phone.
Good. Use it. An outside line will cost you an arm and a leg. Besides, I'm not sure how to get you one. So, Miss Oren, what do you want?
That's Drew. Nancy Drew?
Sorry, my cousin's handwriting reeks. So, what do you want, Miss Drew?
No, I want Fun Day.
I'd like to order a Fun Day, please.
No can do. We're out of ice cream. Should be getting more in any minute.
I want Fun Day. Fine.
I'd like to order the hamburger platter with milk instead of a soft drink.
One hamburger platter with moo juice. It'll be there in a few. Anything else?
That's it. Thanks a lot.
Don't mention it.
Yeah. Yippee. Right. Let's get out of there.
It's locked.
No indication what that code could be. Let's go ask people around about this. Alright. Everyone's just gone. I see you, phones, huh? Huh. Requested code 101190. Okie dokie. Not the code to your thing, is it? Find a key.
Any luck with the riddle?
I'm still working on it.
Need something?
I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
I'll be right here.
Oh yeah, are you here?
Nancy, you're a procrastinator's dream. Know that? Come in. Ask me questions. Ask me lots of questions.
You may ask him.
I found this strange hidden door in the haunted house. Problem is, it's locked. Do you have any idea what's behind it?
Ask Joy. That nutty professor father of hers always had these little secret projects going in the park, even after he sold his interest. Miss Santos didn't have the heart to boot him out.
I know you're busy, but I was hoping you could maybe help me solve a riddle. If I asked you for the silvery remains of a 4-bit day, what would you give me?
A riddle? I love riddles. Okay, let's see. Silvery remains has to be something silver that's left over, right? Okay, now, if 2-bit means worth a quarter, 4-bit would mean worth 2 quarters. Quarters. Captain's quarters, maybe?
The hotel adjacent to the park?
Captain's quarters day. Day, spelled D-A-E, as in Sunday. That's it. There's this fantastic sundae you can get only at the hotel. They call it a fun day. It's been their specialty for like centuries. Comes with a souvenir spoon. Silvery, as in spoon, get it?
Yeah, but they're out of ice cream.
Elliot, you're a genius.
Next riddle, come on. I'm on a roll, baby. I'm in a groove. Bring it on.
I'll let you get back to work.
If you must.
So we go try the fun day again.
Hotel operator, what do you want?
I'd like to order a fun day, please.
2,480 calories worth of sheer heaven plus one official fun day souvenir spoon coming right up. Anything else?
Souvenir spoon.
That's it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Oh, that was so good.
Well, the leftover spoon. Hello,
Any
Joy.
luck? I'm pretty sure Miles wants us to bring him the souvenir spoon you get when you order a fun day sundae at the captain's quarters. I have one right here.
Give it to Miles and see what happens.
Lay it on me.
Got it, bud.
The scan is complete. The object is correct. Your mother used to take you for a sundae at the captain's quarters almost every week. Do you remember, Joy?
The captain's quarters fun day. I do remember that. I was so small, I always had to sit on my mother's lap to eat it. I wish I could remember what she looked like.
Don't you have a picture of her?
You were very little when your mother died, Joy. Your grief came out as anger. Before your father could stop you, you destroyed every picture of your mother that he had.
I did that? No, my father told me he had gotten rid of them. He always said some things are better left forgotten. Oh my gosh. I'm the reason I have nothing to remember her by.
I'm sure your father helped you shut out the truth in order to spare your feelings.
The older your father got, Joy, the more he realized that life is nothing but memories. He realized that even bad memories have a place in a good life. That is why he invented Miles the Magnificent Memory Machine.
You.
Here is the
What's
second
this?
riddle. This one is written down. Please remove it.
It's just
Got
a
it.
blank piece of paper.
You and your mother used to love to play this game, Joy.
Once again, I have no idea what he's talking about.
You know, some of the things your father wants you to remember may be pretty painful. Are you sure you want to go on?
If you still want to help me, please, Nancy, keep going. I feel like a door somewhere is starting to creak open. I'm kind of scared to open it, but I also kind of know I have to.
I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
You're the greatest.
You're the greatest. No, I don't want to look at the... Let me out. Let me leave. Well, we know how to deal with that. We just gotta... Oop. Mouth organ.
The first
That's
8
harmonica.
notes of your favorite band organ tune, plus 1 mouth organ, plus 1 smidgen of talent, equals 1 happy Miles.
Let's see.
I need to turn the iron on.
No, we need to turn it off. We're done with that. So we need... What do we need for the mouth organ? We need to fix this. Oh, those are the... KM 5200. AM 5200. It was right there too. We could have fixed this earlier. We need to called pang. The serial number was there. The new function name would be super pang or would be entered as the parameter. We need super KM 5200. Yeah.
Arr! Time for a game of Barnacle Blast! You have 4 fun credits left on your card. Now blast
Barnacle
all
Blast.
those nasty barnacles off the ship.
You got it. Okay, use the paddle at the bottom of the screen to shoot the ball at a barnacle. Every time you blast a barnacle, your score increases. Okay. To control the paddle, use your keyboard. Paddle left arrow, paddle right, right arrow, ball shoot spacebar. Oh, is this Brick Breaker? You can control the angle of the ball's bounce with the paddle. Yeah, this is Brick Breaker. Yeah. Love this game. Almost done. Almost done with level 1. Maybe not. Maybe we're not almost done with level 1. Wait. 1 left. Can we hit it? No, we can't because we're going the wrong way. Yeah, no. Come on. Oh, you want to hit the green so badly. You want to hit the green. Please. Yeah, we win. You've won the show talking. Get ready for level 2. I'm ready. Let's send it up here. Yeah, pop it on barnacles. Break them barnacles. Bless them barnacles. Barnacles. Ah, barnacles. It's always the green one left, huh? It's almost bad. This is still level 2, right? Hope this is still level 2. want to do level 1 again. Maybe that green one over there, that's the last one. You can already see it. Maybe it won't be a green one that's the last one this time. Ah, it's a twofer. Yeah. I can do this, I swear. I swear I can get through this. We need those tokens. Riveting gameplay of all time, right here. Barnacle Blast. That was my own fault. Do better. Get through this. Get back to actual gameplay. Why did it move? What happened there? I need these tokens to progress. Do this. The magnifying glass is throwing me off. I need it out of the way. Okay. Here we go. Do this. Yeah. Game over. Alright, yeah, let's get out of here. Give me my tokens. So we need... the anchor one. That's this one, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Lucky you! You're about to play Squid Toss. By the way, you have 3 fun credits left on your card. Catapult the squid through the hoop.
If we can actually do it this time. This one was shrimp. Watch. This one isn't all the way. This one's dolphin. Yeah. There's no way that's not WoW. There's no way it's not WoW and it's not there. Wow. That was a lot easier than I was expecting. Alright, so let's get the harmonica. tokens. One mouth organ plus one smidgen of talent equals a happy miles. Now we gotta go play harmonica for Miles. Miles.
Any luck?
There was a message written in lemon juice on that piece of paper Miles gave us. We're to play the first 8 notes of your favorite band organ tune on a mouth organ for Miles.
My favorite band organ tune? I don't even know what a band organ is. Or a mouth organ either, for that matter.
I think a mouth organ is a harmonica.
Correct. The music you hear when you ride the Captain's Cove carousel comes from the band organ that sits inside the rider platform. You used to play the harmonica for your mother all the time, Joy. Your favorite tune was the one you heard on the carousel?
It couldn't have been. I never rode the carousel. I always thought it was stupid. I thought all the rides in the park were stupid.
Is that all you can tell us, Miles?
I have been programmed to give you one hint. The tune is on the 3rd roll. You will have to think about this one. End of hint.
It's all yours, Detective. As usual, I'm stumped.
I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Thanks, Nancy.
He wants us to talk to Tink about it. But we're still waiting for Tink to call us. Guess at least we can go, I don't know, look at this.
This looks a little like the inside of my aunt's player piano.
There's not even a real one there.
Something's missing here.
Something is missing here. And then there's Firefox, right? It's one of them. Lancer.
It's locked.
Yeah, but how do I open it? That's the real question. We need a code, and I don't know what that code is. Could be anything. Is there anything else we can do here? Emergency all stop. There's a handprint there, though. Interesting that we can look at that as well. This guy looks like he needs an arm. So maybe we can put it on him like a bracelet. This opens up a key.
That symbol looks familiar.
We need a key. We need to find a lot of things. Let's call some people. Let's go Frank and Joe.
Hello?
Hey, Joe, it's Nancy.
Frank, phone. It's Nancy. How's it going?
Well, I haven't solved the case yet.
Great. Oh, what a shame.
Hi, Nancy. What's up?
Has either of you ever heard of a guy named Rolf Kessler?
Rolf Kessler. The name is kind of familiar. Give me a minute. It'll come to me.
Don't let him fool you, Nance. He's sitting at his computer madly typing Rolf Kessler into a search engine.
Rolf Kessler. Carved carousel horses in the early part of the 20th century. Very eccentric. Said if anyone separated his horses once they were part of a carousel, bad luck would follow.
Let me guess. That's who carved the carousel at Captain's Cove.
You got it. I found a letter that he wrote but never mailed to his estranged wife, Amelia. He was eccentric, all right.
So there might be something to this curse stuff after all.
Frank, I'm shocked. You've always said there is no such thing as curses.
What I mean is, whoever is responsible for these carousel hauntings obviously knew something about Kessler. He's the key, Nan. Kessler's the key.
Any suggestions as to my next move?
Harlan's got all those security cameras. Maybe he knows where Ingrid went.
I better get going.
Let us know what happens.
That's a good point. Oh, it's not here though. Security 2. Security. I can't do anything with this.
I need a tape.
I need a tape. Oh, maybe 10, 11, 90. Maybe that's how we get into his locker. I feel like we're missing things. I don't think that's the way to get in. Captain's Cove Amusement Park. Captain's Cove requested go 10, 11, 90. Is it the code? Yeah, that checks out. 10, 11, 90. Ah, ooh, tape. What's this? Appointments.
Louis G. Wonder who that is. Best way to find out is to call him.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. First, what's on this tape? I hope it's not cursed. Oh, this is how we get the code.
It looks like Harlan's been spying on Ingrid.
0726. 0726.
I better put this back where I found it.
0726. Do it 726. 726. Seven, 2, 6. Ooh, sis.
Call LH about results. LH. Lance Huffington, maybe?
They're in cahoots. Shark. Ooh, snooping. Car. got in here? That's a nice watch you got there. What else you got here? Mind view. What all we can snoop on? So we got new numbers to call for people. I guess we can go do that. G. Lewis.
State Board of Parole, Louis Scarra's office.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, State Board of Parole, Louis Scarra's office.
You mean Mr. Guerra works with people who've just been released from prison?
That's correct. But he's out of the office right now. Would you like to leave a message?
Yeah. Yes, please. Would you have him call Nancy Drew?
Concerning?
Harlan Bishop. I believe he's a client of Mr. Guerra's.
Is Harlan up to something he shouldn't be?
I'm not sure yet. Would you happen to know what prison he was in?
You're going to have to wait and ask Mr. Guerra that question. What was the name?
Nancy Drew. My number is 523-555-4399. That's my cell phone. He can call me anytime.
I'll let him know.
Thank you.
It was informative. Oh, we can just press these buttons. LH.
Talk to me.
Yes, hi. Is this Lance Huffington?
You betcha. Who's this?
Well, I'm Nancy Drew. I work with Ingrid Corey. I'm kind of her unofficial assistant here at the park. She tells me everything.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was wondering if she'd called you yet. You know, about the results.
Yeah, she called me.
So, is everything okay?
Everything's great. Her plan worked. I'm glad she shared it with me. Life's good. At least it will be when the trial's over and the settlement's in the bank. Whoa, speaking of which, I gotta go. I'm due in court. What'd you say your name was?
Nancy.
Well, Nancy, next time you call me, you could very well be talking to a multi-millionaire. Ta-ta.
Bye.
Ta-ta. Well, that was...
Hello? Hi, it's Paula. Just thought I'd check in, see how you're doing.
Actually, I'm kind of glad you called.
Why? What's going on?
I'm afraid I've discovered something kind of disturbing about Harlan.
What, that he's an ex-con? I know.
How long have you known?
It was the first thing out of his mouth when he applied for the job. He said being an outstanding security guard would prove to everyone once and for all that he's gone straight.
I also found out that he used a security camera to get the code to Ingrid's work area, and he fits the description of the jewel thief's cellmate that Detective Paris gave me.
Oh, now that's disturbing. But I'm still going to give Harlan the benefit of the doubt until I have good reason not to. I appreciate your bringing this to my attention, though.
All right. Goodbye, Paula.
Bye, Paula. So, what do we... New... Next time you find the bad guy closing in on you, remember that you can often escape by distracting him. Direct his attention to something valuable that you have. Your watch, wallet, purse, even your weapon. Then toss it aside. Or if the situation warrants, toss it at your would-be assailant. A moment or two of distraction is usually all the mentally and physically agile detective needs to make a successful escape. Nice. So,
Hello?
This is Luis Guerra with the State Board of Parole. I understand you have some questions concerning Harlan Bishop.
Right. Hi. Yes, for starters, could you tell me what prison he was in?
He served 30 months in Bayside State Prison for check kiting and forgery. He was paroled 5 weeks ago.
Did you say Bayside State Prison?
Yes, I did.
To your knowledge, has he ever gone by any other name besides Harlan Bishop?
No, ma'am.
Did he ever have a cellmate named Chaz Dunning?
No, ma'am. As far as I know, Harlan is a security guard at Captain's Cove Amusement Park. Now, do all these questions mean you know something about him that I don't?
No, that's pretty much what I know, too.
Well, I hope I've been of some assistance.
Oh, you have. You've been a big help. Thank you.
Good day, then.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, break time.
You sure you don't mind?
Are you kidding? As long as you're here, I have a legitimate reason for not working. I don't mind one iota.
I'll let you get back to work.
Rock on.
Hey, nice bookshelf.
Mind if I look at this?
No, go right ahead.
A book on carousels. Cool.
Carousels. Famous carousel carvers. The golden age of carousels began in the late 1800s and ended in the early 1930s with the Great Depression. During that period, 3 different carousel styles emerged. To the trained eye, these styles are as distinct as a fingerprint. Fantastic factoid. The horse on the outside, just in front of the chariot on a carousel, is called the lead horse. This horse is usually the biggest and most exquisitely carved horse on the carousel. Nice. Coney Island style. The horses that Charles I.D. Bluth carved tended to be very fanciful, with flashy, often jewel-encrusted saddles and bridles. M.C. Illens and Charles Carmel also carved horses that were less than realistic, frozen in highly animated poses. Stein and Goldstein. Steen and Goldstein? The carousel horses were known for their big buckles and lack of forelocks. Fantastic factoid. Some carvers carved only the heads and let other craftsmen carve the rest of the horse. Interesting. In Philadelphia style, these carousel horses were very realistic, with many sporting armor and other militaristic gear. The carousels that the Denso companies built often included horses with human faces carved somewhere on their sides. That's kind of weird. The Philadelphia Toboggan Company was not founded by carvers. As a result, its carousels displayed many variations of the Philadelphia style. Interesting. Fantastic factoid. Most horses that are mounted on permanent carousels have tails made of real horsehair. Neat. Daniel and Alfred Mueller of D.C. Mueller and Brow Company were famous for their exceptionally intricate and realistic carousel figures. One of the company's founders, Daniel Mueller, is often said to be the best carver of carousel horses ever. Those familiar with Wolf Kessler's work might disagree. Driven by dark moods and odd convictions, Kessler worked by himself, creating carousels on a freelance basis. Some people found the intense expression of Kessler's creations to be a little too realistic. Interesting. County Fair style. A number of companies specialized in carousels that could be effortlessly moved from one place to another. The carousel horses they created were relatively simple in appearance, so that they could be produced quickly and moved with minimal breakage. Armitage, Herschel, and Spillman were known for this style. And the carousels of the C.W. Parker Amusement Company were seen throughout the American heartland in the early 1900s. Horses were carved out of soft hardwood like basswood. Basswood? This wood is soft enough to carve easily, but hard enough to stand up to a lot of work. Probably a smart choice to use. The side of the horse that faced out and was most seen by the public was called its romance side. Since it was the most visible side, it usually included much more detail than the inner side. Romance side. Nice. The history of the carousel. Carousels, or merry-go-rounds, evolved from games people in the Middle Ages used to play on horseback. In the 12th century, the Spanish named one of these games Carusella. which meant little war. Little war. By the 17th century, carousel among French royalty means a festive day of contest on horseback. In one of these contests, riders would try to spear a small ring with their lance while galloping past it at full speed. Hey, we did something like that. Early 20th century riders rode the carousel for the cool breeze it generated, and for the thrill of riding something going fast, 7 miles per hour. To practice for this event, noblemen would straddle a wooden horse that hung from an arm that was attached to a center pole. At this center pole, an arm turned powered by horse, mule, or servant. The rider would try to spear a small stationary ring mounted on the outside of the machine. Eventually, the word carousel referred to this machine rather than the pageant on horseback that inspired it. By the mid-1800s, men, women, and children of all social classes were clamoring to ride the contraption, which by this time included several rows of wooden horses. Innovations occurred rapidly after the carousel became steam driven in the 1870s, and by the early 1900s, the carousel looked pretty much the way it does today. It is interesting to note that English carousels rotated clockwise, where carousels in America and the rest of Europe rotated in a counterclockwise direction. This is because the English thought it was important that riders be encouraged to mount from the proper side, the horse's left side. Also, the game of trying to grab the brass ring was never popular in England. In the United States, moving counterclockwise allowed the carousel riders to use their right hands to reach for the ring as they went by. Well, we can't do that. I mean, we could, but we're left. Fantastic factoid. Menagerie figures such as tigers, dogs, giraffes, and even frogs were found alongside horses on carousels in the late 19th century. But by 1920, these figures were on their way out, because the carousel makers realized that many children were frightened of them and preferred to ride horses. Fantastic factoid. The horses on the outside are bigger and more ornate than the horses on the inside, so they can be seen from a distance and will attract potential customers. Interesting. What is a band organ? By 1920, most carousels in the United States were treating their customers not just to a cool, refreshing breezes they rode, but to the bright, lively sounds of that distinctly American invention known as the band organ. A band organ is a mechanical device, meaning that someone doesn't have to play it, rather it produces music by mechanical means. In very simple terms, air supplied by a bellows at the bottom of the organ is forced through pipes, which produce musical notes in relation to holes punched in a roll of paper. A variety of pipes can be activated at one time along with drums and cymbals, so that the music sounds much like that of a small military band, hence the name band organ. We're learning. Many people think the music they hear when they ride a carousel is calliope music. A calliope, however, is a totally different machine. Designed to attract attention, the high-pitched flute-like calliope tones are usually heard at the circus. Some antique band organs house speakers that simply broadcast pre-recorded music, but some still use the traditional but fragile paper rolls. While in others, the pipes are activated according to digitally recorded patterns. Some band organs can go back and forth between the old way of playing tunes and the new, and proven the likelihood that as long as there are carousels, there will be band organ music. Well, that seems to be the last page. Interesting.
Hey, Nance, what's going on?
Why you got a book on
I'll let
carousels?
you get back to work.
If you must.
Got over here.
I can use this to measure.
We could use that to measure. That's what those are used for. Okay. So, where do we go? I don't know if Harlan's back now.
Hey Nancy,
buddy.
what's up?
I found some kind of electronic device under the carousel. I'm pretty sure someone has been turning the carousel on and off at night by remote control.
Why would somebody want to do that? Whatever you found was probably just some kind of toy that fell out of some kid's pocket.
Kessler used to have a workshop under what's now the haunted house. Have you ever been down there?
I didn't even know there was a down there there.
So you don't know anything about the hidden door in the room that has the old radiator in it?
Sure don't. Never heard any of the other guards say anything about it either.
Me neither.
I'll see you around.
Bud.
Sounds good.
We should probably figure out what it
Hello,
what
Nancy.
it says.
How goes it?
I found something underneath the carousel that looks like it might be a remote control device.
Oh, I'd like to see it. Interesting. I looked under there. Wonder how I missed it. May I have this?
Actually, I'd kind of like to keep it.
Suit yourself.
Yeah.
Did you know that the man who carved the carousel horses had a workshop under what's now the haunted house?
How appropriate, considering Kessler's belief in the supernatural and all.
I heard some strange sounds the last time I was in there. They seem to be coming from below.
That's odd. I've been doing a lot of work in there lately, and I haven't heard any strange noises. So either your ears are better than mine, or your imagination is.
Let me scroll up.
How well do you know Elliot Chen?
Not very. But I've noticed he has a very strange aura, very dark around the edges. Odd for an artist, but then it's nowhere near as dark as Joy's. Her aura's a mess.
What do you mean that's odd for an artist?
Why do you think that is?
She's hiding something. And she's hiding from something. Something very big and very dark. Plus, she eats way too many carbs. To say nothing of pencils.
You're very judgmental, Phoebe.
I discovered a hidden door in the haunted house.
Is that right?
Unfortunately, it's locked.
It's obvious you don't put much stock in curses. But a word to the wise, there really do exist some doors that no one should open. I'd be very careful if I were you.
Nope.
I got your soldering gun from Elliot and fixed that card reader. Does he borrow your tools a lot?
Very rarely. He's not exactly a mechanical genius.
I understand that you know the man who got hurt in that roller coaster accident, Lance Huffington?
I've talked to him. I don't really know him.
How did you meet him?
Look, what are you getting at?
You and he could be partners. He gets on the roller coaster, you shut off the power, the coaster stops suddenly, he cries whiplash and sues the park, you share the settlement.
Interesting theory. Unfortunately, it's totally wrong. I called him to tell him to rub his neck 3 times a day with witch hazel and lavender. If his neck is really injured, that will cure it. Why are you so eager to accuse me of something?
Because you seem to have a lot of money, far more than the park pays you. I can't help but wonder where it's coming from.
All right. I have been making money on the side, but it's not what you think. I've been helping someone design a roller coaster. I even let him borrow the blueprints for our coaster, so he could study them, not steal them. I kept it secret because it could be construed as conflict of interest. This guy knows I'm taking a risk, so he pays me very well. Now, your turn. It's obvious that you've been nosing around in here. How did you get in?
Someone made a tape of you entering your security code into the keypad outside, which I just happened to see.
Harlan. I knew it bugged him that this place was off limits, but spying on me? That guy's got a real problem. As for you, I'd appreciate it if you would kindly remove your nice and deficient little self from my office. I have work to do.
Yeah, well. You act like a door that doesn't know it can be opened. Yeah, think about that. So anyways.
This is Tink.
Yes, hello. My name is Nancy Drew.
Never heard of you.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to help Ms. Santos figure out what caused the roller coaster accident that shut down Captain's Cove.
So why are you calling me? I run the carousel. I don't know from coasters.
Well, to make a long story short, I need to find out the name of the band organ song that's on the 3rd roll.
What for?
That's kind of where the long story part comes in.
I haven't got time for long stories. Besides, how do I know you even know Miss Santos?
Okay, to get your number, I had to get the band organ open, right? And to get the band organ open, I had to have an access card. And to get an access card...
You'd have to know Ms. Santos. Yeah, I get your point. Problem is, I got no idea what song's on the third roll. Only way you're gonna find out is to play it.
Where is it?
Where is the third roll?
It's in the cabinet in the gear room.
You mean
the one that's locked?
18, 9, 39. That's a combination. Oh, and one more thing. You're gonna have a problem when you go to load the roll on account of... Holy moly! I either snagged a greyhound bus or the biggest fish in the Chapleau River is right here on the end of my line. I'm sorry, hon, I gotta go.
Nancy, you wrote it down in your journal, right? I want to say it was 18:9:39. Apparently there was radio according to. Well, there's a lot to get through here. Let's see if we can find it. Where could it be? Nancy, did you not write it down? Because I did not. Well, I didn't write that number down. And apparently neither did Nancy. Hopefully she makes a comment on it then. In the meantime, can we? Oh.
The name of the carousel horse is Glory.
I can't believe how easy that was. Can't believe how easy that was and how long it took me. Whoops. I don't know what happened there. Where is our... Yes. Let me in. Nancy, I don't remember the code. What was the code? Tank, what was the code?
This is Tink. Sorry, I'm busy fishing, which means you're gonna have to call me back.
I'll try again later.
Okay, but what was the code? What was the code? I didn't write it down. Tink, please. Tink, I didn't write it down. Let me out. Don't let me in there.
I really do need to get this work done.
Right. Sorry.
Well, I found out the name, Joy, but I guess you don't care. Just put your sleeve. Is it in the journal now? You wrote it down. trying to remember what I thought it was. Was it like 33, 9, 18? Is that what I thought it was? I feel like that should have been something that the game wrote down for me, but whatever. I thought it was 3, 9. And it is not. Is it not something written down? We just can't get in there, I guess.
Hey, Nancy, what's up?
I'll see you around.
Sounds good.
Where's the code? What was the code? I'll call somebody. Frank and Joe, please.
Hello?
Hey, Frank, it's Nancy.
I'm on too, Nance. What's new?
I don't suppose you guys have ever repaired a band organ.
You mean an organ like they play in a rock band?
I mean an organ that plays carousel music.
Does it have wheels and an engine?
No.
Then it's safe to say we've never repaired one.
Maybe I remembered it backwards.
Any suggestions as to my next move?
Opening the cabinet in the gear room and retrieving roll 3 sounds like a winning combination to me.
I better get going.
Call us
Maybe I remembered it
anytime.
backwards.
Take care.
Maybe it's not 39, 9, 18. Maybe it's 18, 9, 39. Let's try that. Three, 9, 9, 18? No, I think I just did it the same direction I already did it. So it's the other way.
Let's see. Miles said the song is on the 3rd roll. This must be it.
Now, we can do this. This.
what goes on this spool. The take-up dowel is broken.
Aw, man. So we'll talk to the engineer about that. She seems like the one that would be able to fix it. Knock, knock. I need your help.
Hello, Nancy. How goes it?
Thanks for your help.
One open mind sees more than two open eyes.
Cool, thanks. But not helping.
Hey, Nance. What's going on?
I need to make a dowel to replace this broken one from the band organ. Would it be all right if I used your equipment? I won't make a mess, I promise.
Sure. Got a lathe, wooden rods, safety goggles? Knock yourself out. I gotta go run an errand, though, so try not to cut off any appendages until I get back.
I'll do my best.
Wow, a lathe.
So I need this. And we probably need that ruler. Where's that ruler? Over here? So 2.5 in. Two and a half in.
It's all
Safety
fun and
first.
games until somebody loses an eye.
So how do I... Like this? Doesn't seem right. I don't think I'm doing this right. That shouldn't be there. That should be like right here.
That doesn't look right.
I agree completely. That looks better. And then should be the last one for this. And then this. I goof.
That doesn't look right. Better leave these goggles here.
Let's fix that by spinning all the way. Okay, so it ends at 11. Okay, I see. We're on the right track. Safety first. This here. So. should be right this time.
That looks perfect.
Yeah.
Better leave these goggles here.
No, we need these goggles. It's a dangerous place out there at the amusement park. Alright. Here we go. Music time. Oop. Oop. Okay. Switch the roll.
This is where the air comes out. This is where the air comes out.
But why isn't air coming out?
This is where the air comes out.
Is there not air?
This is where the air comes out.
The air.
I need to switch from CD to roll.
Is there something in here that I didn't do? I'm calling tank.
This is Tank.
Hi, it's Nancy Drew. Did you land that fish?
I don't want to talk about it. That answer your question?
Do you by any chance know which pipes in the band organ play the melody?
The pipe's in front.
And the pipes are activated by air?
That's right.
So the best way for me to figure out what the notes in the melody are would be to record which pipes air comes out of and in what order.
That's right. Each pipe is labeled with the note it plays. You just need a
Maybe
way
I
to
need
see the air
something to
coming out of
determine
the
what the air
pipes.
is. That makes sense.
Have fun fishing!
Always do.
So I need something.
Tink said the pipes in front play the melody.
Was there tape in here somewhere? You're gonna make me do this every time, huh? $9.39. One, 8, 9, 3, 9. Need. Okay, so there's no tape in there. I don't know what I goofed up there. Definitely goofed up something. They might have tape. Some tape right there.
You never know when you might need some tape.
We needed tape or something. We just do a little spin in the room before we head back. Alright, now we can do this.
I need to put the tissue strips on first.
What tissue strips? I guess we gotta go find tissue strips. So that's probably back at Elliot's. Hey, Elliot, I'm stealing some tissue strips. Got any of those in here somewhere? Ooh, what's this?
Wow, 360 board feet. That's a lot of wood.
That is a lot of wood. I feel like that was supposed to be the hint to tell us what we needed. Ooh, what's this? Antique instruments.
If Elliot wrote this guy's number down, maybe I should too.
You have. Don't just get a horse, get a Kessler. Hello? Many fanciers of Philadelphia-style carousel horses, and one of the wonderful realistic creations of D.C. Mueller and Bro Company to the herd is as good as it gets, but I'm convinced that this is because so few collectors are familiar with the work of Rolf Kessler. Surely the golden age of carousels, the most underrated carver. Born in Austria in 1882, Kessler was a small man who always felt more at home with animals than he did with people. He moved to the United States when he was 21 in hopes of riding racehorses. Unfortunately, his reclusive nature and poor social skills undermined any talent he had as a jockey. Out of desperation, he began carving furniture out of wood scraps and selling it on street corners. In 1907, Kessler got an apprenticeship at the Philadelphia Toboggan Company, a top producer of carousels which employed many fine wood carvers. He lasted a day and a half, but amazingly, using what he had learned at PTC, within a month he had carved a carousel horse in his father-in-law's garage. Within a year, he had used this horse to convince the mayor of Zamboni, New York, the tiny coastal town, to pay him to create a carousel. From 1910 to 1920, Kessler carved many horses for 4 more carousels, 2 in New York, 2 in New Jersey, 1 in Pennsylvania, and 1 in Connecticut. In at least 2 instances, he agreed to lower his price in return for being given his own private on-site workshop. His carousels always have had 2 rows, which included 30 horses and 1 chariot. But by 1921, his severe mood swings and his angry instance that the horses he carved existed as living creatures in a parallel dimension had finally driven his wife, Amelia, away for good. When he realized she was never coming back, he put down his carving tools and went looking for her. It took him 2 years to find her. She died of tuberculosis soon afterwards. No one knows what became of Kessler after that. Homeless, friendless, and now passionless, he simply vanished from history. Kessler is all too often dismissed as a lunatic, a mere poser undeserving of respect, because what made his work distinctive was in all probability the result of a chemical imbalance rather than true genius. This is not fair. No one can gaze into the painfully expressive eyes of one of Kessler's horses, or study the peaceful delicacy of his trademark black rose, and come away unmoved. They are works of art. To treat them as anything less says more about us and our blind allegiance to conventional artists than it says about them. The phases of bloom may differ. A black rose can be found on every horse that Kessler has carved. Alright, I guess we'll call that number. Zukov.
Zukov?
My name is Nancy Drew. I saw the article you wrote about Rolf Kessler in the Collector's Hot Sheet magazine.
That was several months back, but go on.
Well, seeing as you're pretty much an expert on Kessler as well as carousels, I wondered if you could answer a question or two for me.
I'd be delighted.
Did you by any chance hear about the horse that was stolen off the carousel at Captain's Cove Amusement Park in New Jersey? It was one of the carousels that Kessler carved.
Yes, I did, and I thought, how odd. Because you see, I'd gotten a call from someone about a month prior to that asking me how much I thought one of those horses would be worth.
Really? Do you have any idea who it was that called?
None whatsoever. He never gave me his name, nor did he say where he was calling from. The thought that I may have actually encouraged someone to mutilate a work of art. Oh.
Understandable.
How much would a horse from a Kessler carousel be worth?
Depending on its condition, whether it's an inside horse or an outside horse, whether it's the lead horse, anywhere from $80,000 to well over $100,000.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Yes, it is. But Kessler carved horses for only 5 carousels in his lifetime. So not only is each horse exquisitely beautiful, but it's very rare, especially if it's the lead horse.
The lead horse?
The outside horse, just behind the chariot, the place where you can sit instead of ride. It's traditionally the most ornately carved horse on the carousel, hence the most valuable.
I did play this game before, quite a while back. I don't really remember much about it. Which is always fun to go back and play them again when you don't remember any of the stuff.
Did you hear about how the carousel at Captain's Cove is now allegedly haunted because one of the horses was stolen?
Yes, what a wonderfully romantic piece of nonsense.
Do you have any idea why someone would be going to the trouble of making the carousel turn on and off by itself?
As a matter of fact, I do. I think that someone wants publicity. Whoever stole the horse wants people to know that it's gone so that when he or she goes to sell it, there will be a whole slew of eager buyers.
But we're talking about stolen property. Are you saying people would willingly buy something they know was stolen?
We're talking about the black market, my dear. Great works of art get stolen by thieves and bought by less than scrupulous collectors all the time.
If someone did steal that horse off the carousel in order to make money off of it, what would be his or her next move? How would they go about selling it?
Well, the thief would probably get a middleman to set up a bidding war between several buyers in order to get the highest price. The internet comes in very handy in such matters.
Thanks for all the info.
Always happy to share my mental wealth.
Up 3, definitely Ghost Dogs Moon Lake's up there. What was the one with the dolphin? Or was it a whale? The Cove one? I think I might put this one up there too. Since this was one of the first, so I guess I'm biased on that. One of the first few I played. Tissue paper. One of them, tissue paper. Seahorse. Tissue paper in here. Here it is.
These might come in handy.
Just gotta do a little spin around the entire room. So I'm to look at your moon glow. Let's try this bit again. I've gotten to Haunted Mansion yet. There was at one point that we were playing all of them as just a little fun little activity. Probably do that all here too. Last Train was a pretty good one. I like that one. It felt nice having the boys there with me. I think I've got that memorized now. At least I've got it written down.
Will Nancy Drew please report immediately to the security office? And by immediately, I mean don't even think about doing anything else.
I just got off the phone with Miss Santos. Where do you get off telling her I'm some kind of jewel-thieving peeping Tom?
I'm sorry, but I thought she had a right to know what I know.
You don't know zip. I had nothing to do with the theft of that carousel horse. Just because I did time doesn't mean I'm guilty of every crime that comes down the pike, you know?
That was wild to think about how many of these games there are. Could be a newer one coming out recently. Or soon. Hopefully.
I know that now, and I'm really sorry.
I figured if I did a good job here, it would prove to everybody once and for all that I was totally trustworthy. That I was more than just an ex-con. A lot more. Okay, so maybe I'm trying a little too hard. Maybe people's entry codes should be off limits. It's just that this job means everything to me. I don't want to screw it up.
I guess I was a little overzealous, too. I'm really sorry. I'll see you around.
Little Ranch was also a nice one. I liked that one too.
Will Nancy Drew please report to the security office?
I stepped out for a second, and when I came back, somebody'd left this envelope on my desk. Looks like it's for you. Got your name on it anyway.
There's nothing inside but a key.
A key.
Maybe it opens that door in the haunted house.
Here, let me toss that envelope for you. I want to apologize for jumping all over you like that before. The more I thought about it, the more I realized that I would have done just what you did. No hard feelings?
No hard feelings.
A fun idea. Like that idea. All right, Miles, I think we have this this tune for you. I hope this is the tune for you. Didn't specify which A.
That sounds right. I should go play this for Miles.
Oh, I guess that was right. We also just played that in front of him.
Any luck?
I think we're all set. I know the tune, and I've got a harmonica.
Play it for Miles and see what happens.
My oral sensors are ready. Suck it to me. Hooray!
I remember that song. I did ride the carousel. Over and over and over. Always the same horse. Always the same black horse.
You loved the carousel, and you loved one horse in particular. It was not the lead horse, and it was not spectacular, but you loved it, Joy. What was its name?
I can't remember.
Do you know the name?
Of course I do. I am Miles the Magnificent Memory Machine. However, I am not programmed to continue unless and until you remember the name of that horse. You loved it so much that your mother bought it for you.
We could probably just do an entire playlist of recipes from Zelda. There's a lot of those.
She was the one who bought the horse off the carousel? Then I know the name. Glory.
Glory. That's right. Glory. My mother gave him to me for my birthday. My 4th birthday. She died in a car accident that very night.
It's unfortunate for her.
How awful. No wonder you forgot how much you loved the carousel. It would have reminded you of your mother.
I hated the park after my mother died. I hated the carousel, and I hated that horse. I blamed it for what happened to my mother. I had my father destroy it.
But your father did not destroy it. Instead, he stored it. He hoped that someday, with the help of Miles the Magnificent Memory Machine, you would come to terms with your past. And because that is what you are doing, here is the third and final riddle. Ask Tink for the book you and I used to read about Kessler and Amelia So Kind. Give her nickname a spin on spook number 10. Then the brass prize arrange on its forearm so strange. And something long lost and cherished you'll find.
Tink's the guy who runs the carousel. Let's give him a call. I've got his number.
No. Nancy, I did something terrible. I turned the power off to the roller coaster and caused the accident that shut down the park. I blamed Miss Santos for my father's death, just like I blamed that horse for what happened to my mother. I feel horrible. Keep going without me, Nancy. I have to go see Ms. Santos and apologize.
I do like Harlan. He's just trying his best to put his past behind him. You gotta give him credit for that.
It's locked.
Or not? Oh, I didn't pick up the key. Try that again.
Maybe these stairs go down to Kessler's workshop.
Players.
What was that?
Ash.
You were unconscious for how long?
I'm not sure. Whatever fell on my head also fell on my arm and broke my watch.
I can't afford any more accidents, Nancy. And since you seem to be rather accident-prone, well, let's just say you're off the case.
Oh, wait, we have second chance in this.
What was that?
Got about second chance. What was supposed to do about that? Oh yeah, players.
Hello, Nancy. How goes it?
Here's your pliers. I found them in the haunted house behind that hidden door, which led to a booby trap.
I told you mine were missing. Maybe somebody found them and left them by that door on purpose. I don't know. But they prove nothing, I do know that.
Thanks for your help.
One open mind sees more than two open eyes.
I agree, Ingrid. Oh, we should probably call Tank.
Tank here.
Hi, Nancy Drew again.
Now what?
According to the late Daryl Trent, you have a book about Rolf Kessler and his wife.
Not anymore, I don't.
You don't have it?
Daryl Trent was kind of an oddball, you know what I mean? So when he gave me the book, I said I'd hang on to it just to humor him. As soon as he died, I pitched it.
You threw it out? You mean in the garbage?
He said it was a book he and his kid used to read. But hey, Daryl Trent was dead. I never met the kid, and the book was boring. So what was the point?
I need to find out Amelia's nickname.
Who's Amelia?
Oh, never mind.
Sorry.
I'm curious, who do you think stole that horse off the carousel?
Kids. Staring at each other, doing stupid kid stuff. Or maybe somebody just liked the way old Nightshade looked and wanted him for himself. I don't know.
Nightshade?
That was its name. Nightshade. Kessler gave all of his horses names, painted them on their bridles.
Have fun fishing.
Oh, I will.
Elliot might know. Wait, Elliot's not here. Thanks for stopping in. I hope you enjoy the dinner you make.
Miles, the magnificent memory machine! Joy has stepped out of the office.
Thanks, Miles.
The Nancy Drew entity is welcome.
Who do we talk to? Let's go talk to Harlan.
Hey, Nancy, what's up?
I'll see you around.
Knock 'em dead.
We should probably call Frank and Joe. Dial.
Hello?
Hey, Frank, it's Nancy.
I'm on too, Nance. What's new?
Someone made a very serious attempt to drop something very heavy on me while I was in the haunted house a little bit ago.
What happened?
An alleged friend left me a key that opened a door I'd found in there. Behind it were some stairs, and at the end of the stairs, there was nothing.
Except a booby trap.
Right.
You don't know who gave you the key?
Somebody left it for me in Harlan's office. He didn't see who it was.
Or so he says.
Somebody has obviously caught on to the fact that you know your stuff, Nancy. So be careful.
Any suggestions as to my next move?
Nothing here.
Or here. Sorry, Nance.
I better get going.
Call us anytime.
Take care.
Maybe Bess. Bess and George.
Hello?
Hi, Bess. It's only me.
Oh, hi, Nance. Listen to you. You're probably making Nancy feel terrible. Maybe I should answer the phone from now on.
You wouldn't dare.
It's okay, guys. I understand.
I'm sorry, Nancy. As you may have guessed, Matt hasn't called yet, and he is just
So cute!
Anyway, what's up?
There was a brochure for a sports car in Ingrid's work area, the Pandora 2XS.
That is like the hottest car ever.
One of the most expensive, that's for sure. She must make a ton of money.
Either that or she's about to come into a ton of money.
The engine oil thickens.
It turns out Joy was responsible for causing that accident that shut down the park.
How do you know?
She confessed. Her father was right. Dredging up all those memories was good for her. She's apologizing to Paula even as we speak.
What about the carousel? Was she responsible for all that haunting stuff, too?
I don't think so. I think she sincerely believed that Ms. Santos was behind it, so she caused the roller coaster accident to teach her a lesson.
At least you don't have to worry about the roller coaster anymore.
Yeah, now you can really check out the rest of the park.
You're making progress, Nan. Just hang in there.
Making progress.
Turns out Ingrid was calling Lance Huffington to share a remedy for neck pain with him.
Or so she says.
She's also been making money on the side by helping someone design a roller coaster.
Or so she says.
I agree with Bess. Don't go erasing her from your suspect list just yet, Nan.
Thanks to that info and stenography you guys sent me, I was able to figure out the name of the carousel horse that Joy's mother bought her.
Joy's mother bought her a carousel horse?
That's what was in the note I found. It was a memo about the sale.
The horse had a name?
Kessler liked to name the horses he carved. This one's name was Glory.
What happened to it?
I have the feeling I'll find out when I solve the final riddle Miles gave us.
My mother never bought me a carousel horse.
A secret someone left a key for me that unlocked a door in the haunted house. I was hoping it would lead to Kessler's old workshop. Instead, it led to a booby trap.
Someone purposefully lured you into a trap?
You must be getting close to something, Nan.
Harlan is the one who gave me the key, but I'm not sure if that makes him more suspicious or less suspicious.
My money's on more. Don't trust anyone, Nan.
Catch you guys later.
We'll be right here.
Toodles.
Toodles. We can go back. Look around here.
Looks like Spook 10 is missing an arm.
10 is missing an arm.
That symbol looks familiar.
investigate anything, huh? Okay. See if we can find Spook 10's hand.
The arm is missing. The arm is missing.
The arm is missing. Ingrid.
Hello, Nancy.
And
how goes it?
There's a dummy in the haunted house that's been red tagged. It's missing an arm. Any chance it'll be up and running again in the near future?
Got the arm right here. Just needed a battery. That's one of the dummies Joy Trent's father created. Probably why the circuitry is so bizarre. It works, though, so just reattach it. You'll need pliers.
I gave you.
Oh, and don't forget
pliers.
to take the red tag back to Spy Master Bishop.
Thanks for your help.
Remember, niacin.
Niacin. Alright, Spookmaster 10. Let's give you back your arm.
I need a tool to attach this arm.
When do we know it's attached?
That looks tight enough.
Okay. Wait. Red tag. Can't forget the red tag. So I need your red tag.
It's been red tagged.
I'll take that. What's this?
Oops, no power.
Oh, I see.
Hey, Nancy, what's up?
Could you please turn the juice back on to the dummy in the haunted house that Ingrid was fixing? Here's the tag.
You've really got the system down, don't you? I'll just flip the switch and you'll be good to go.
Thanks, pal.
I'll see you around.
Sounds good.
I think it should be 2 dummies in the thing. Look at him. He's glorious. No way we can put Glory in here, right? Oh wait, we need... Glory was the horse. We need the name of Annie. Amelia. Wasn't in this book here, was it?
That's a Poppy Dada.
It's a Poppy Dada. No, it wasn't this book. There was a different book. What was that other book? Wait, where's that letter? It might be in here. No, it doesn't appear to be in here. Yeah, Paula's doing.
Paula Santos. I'm afraid I can't take your call right now, but if you leave your name and number, I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Hi, Paula, it's Nancy. Listen, it turns out that Harlan was in a totally different prison than the jewel thief. I was wrong about him. I'm sorry if I upset you. I'll be in touch.
Who else can we call? Oops. Didn't mean to exit that. I don't want since we talked to the detective. Let's see how he's doing.
Captain's Cove Police Station.
Detective Paris, please.
Hang on.
Hi, Nancy. Nothing new at this end. What have you got?
And nothing new at this end either, I guess.
Thanks, Detective. You've been a big help.
Hey, say hi to Paula for me.
Let's see. We're talking to Sukov.
Sukov!
Hi, it's Nancy Drew again. I have another question for you about Rolf Kessler. A very important question.
Let's hear it.
Would you happen to know the nickname Rolf Kessler gave his wife, Amelia?
Of course I do. At least, I thought I did. It was an Austrian term of endearment, rather common. Oh, come on, Anton, think. Spazi! That was it. Spazi! S-P-A-T-Z-I. He always called her Spazi.
Thanks for all the info.
Call again anytime.
Spazi. Let's go put in Spazi. Hey, Spookton. It's me again. I'm here to put in Spazi. I hit the wrong arrow. S E A E D and I. Nice little bracelet. Oh joy, this is it.
That must be Glory. These stairs sure don't feel very safe.
They sure don't.
Oh my gosh, these must be jewels from that jewel heist. I should probably take these with me. A letter.
Yeah, that seems safe.
Joy's father must have left it for her. My
Let's take it.
dearest Joy, I hope Miles and his riddles have helped you remember how much you adored this horse and how dearly you loved the woman who gave it to you. I found this picture of her years ago, but I didn't want to give it to you until I knew you were ready. She loved you more than anything, Joy. We both did. Dad. P.S. If you want to see where Glory was carved, look for Kessler's symbol on the wall. I could never spend a lot of time in there. Very strange vibes. That must be Joy's mother. She was beautiful.
Yeah. We look for the rose on the wall.
So this was Kessler's workshop.
Nice place you got here.
Somebody's been making reproductions, or should I say forgeries.
They sure have. Ah, a computer. To Dark Horse at Sinus. From Huckster at PTZ.CS90. Date June 2nd. Subject 2 customers. Already they learned about the haunted champion at the bit. As it were, the sooner they can get the horse, the better. How soon can you get 2 done? The above was a reply. Was a reply to Date May 27th. Got a deal. At 40, you, 60, me. Split will work out great. Consider this a handshake. How long will it take you to line up buyers? 3 to 5 weeks is too long. This kind of buyer gets cold feet real fast. The longer you take, the more suspicious they'll get. Work faster. It's taking me longer than I thought it would. Won't have the first horse ready to ship for 3 weeks. The second horse will be ready in maybe 5. Yeah, interesting. And where does this story go?
Nancy, Nancy, Nancy. What have you done?
It's what you've done. You stole the horse, you fabricated the whole haunted carousel thing to increase its value, and now you're making not just one forgery, but several.
You think?
You let everyone believe you were just a hopeless procrastinator. But this is the real reason you're behind in your work, isn't it?
Right on all counts. Unfortunately, you're not going to get to tell anyone else. Ever.
No, wait. Look what I have. They're diamonds. Real diamonds. Someone stole them 23 years ago and stashed them in the park.
Well, well, little icing on the cake.
That's right. You want them? Here.
Ouch!
Yeah.
Hey!
I've got to get out of here.
Jump.
I'm trapped. I've got to get out of here.
I've got you, Nancy. You're cornered. You
Am I?
might as well give up.
Why are you slow walking like that? Yoink.
Ah! Ah!
Soon as I get out of here, I'm going to call the police, Elliot. So don't bother making plans for tonight. Or the next 10 years.
Got him.
Dear Ned, after trapping Elliot, I managed to pry the exit open and had Harlan call the police. Elliot admitted to stealing the carousel horse and planning the remote control device. He knew that publicity from the hauntings would increase the value of his forgeries. Needless to say, he's gone back to not liking me. Harlan, on the other hand, adores me now, because not only did he share the credit for busting Elliot, but his sudden fame brought him 3 job offers. He's staying on at Captain's Cove out of loyalty to Paula, but he's happy knowing that being an ex-con will probably never be an issue for him again.
Yippee.
As for Ingrid, she promptly attributed Elliot's bad behavior to a deficiency in some mineral I couldn't pronounce. And Joy, when I gave her the picture of her mother, she started smiling and has yet to stop. Inventing Miles was the best thing her late father could have done for her. In fact, when I went to the park to say goodbye just now, she wasn't in her office. She was riding the carousel. Ever yours, Nancy.
Yay. Yippee. Ah, it's award time. We get a reward. The recognition of solving the puzzles used in the fewest attempts. We're a puzzle master. Hooray!
You have reached 555-4468. I can't come to the phone right now, so please leave a message.
Hi, Bess. Hi, George. Well, thanks to you guys, I'm leaving here and flying directly to the Pacific Northwest for some much-needed R&R. George, I just got off the phone with that marine biologist friend of yours. She insisted I stay with her, and she even said she'd take me whale watching on the tour boat she owns. Anyway, thanks for arranging this little vacation, you two. 1 whole week of peace, quiet, and sitting around doing nothing. This is gonna be awesome. Bye!
As if. Danger on Deception Island. That's the one. Hooray, we did it. We finished Nancy Drew in the Haunted Carousel. Oh. Did it. I don't know if I need my detective disguise anymore, but yeah. It's right off my face. Alright, that was it for Nancy Drew and the Haunted Carousel. Had some weird issues in the middle there with connection, but I'm glad we were able to continue. And it broke the chat there on the side. Tomorrow we have content warning. Since Nebby can't hold a camera on, I will be doing it solo. I'll be crew and the host. So got some games lined up for next week. I'll have the schedule ready for that at the end of tomorrow's stream. I'm sure we'll do more Nancy Drew at some point. Maybe I'll add one next week. We'll see. Got a long list next week too. We have to wait until tomorrow to find out what it is. Well, I guess that's it for today. We'll be seeing you around, as they say in Mew, Makora. As they say here, catch you later. Or, I guess, more formal. Bye.